Major League Baseball's trade deadline was an hour ago, and the Red Sox got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. The Phillies acquired second baseman Luis Arias from San Francisco, so Bryce Harper will move to the outfield. The Guardians traded for all-star pitcher Foster Griffin from the National. Guardians also got outfielder from the Angels, Joe Adell. The Padres acquired two pitchers today, Casey Mize from Detroit and Robbie Ray from San Francisco. The Milwaukee Brewers, with the best record in baseball this year as well, got pitcher Dustin May from St. Louis, along with reliever JoJo Romero. The Pirates traded for reliever Luke Weaver from the Mets. The Cubs got pitcher Clay Holmes and outfielder Tyrone Taylor from the Mets. The Dodgers picked up injured lefty Chris Bubich from Kansas City. Tampa Bay acquired catcher Liam Hicks from Miami. I'm Steve DeSager.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Hey, with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
That's right. And Kelvin, you have not been traded.
And when I say that, I really believe
Hydraulics.
I'm just trying to make sure you're still here with the trade deadline.
Hey, stand up.
No, I'm still here.
Come and gone. All right. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now,
We'll do it live.
on YouTube.
We are.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Do it.
That's right. Say my name,
Rob Parker.
Say his name,
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday.
Oh, why you looking all goofy when you say
Because
that?
the last time I'll say it before I'm there next Wednesday. Because next Monday I won't be here to say that.
When do I get
We
it?
might have a little something special in Magic City going on. You got a tissue for me? Yes. Very,
Yes.
very special.
29 or 2 with it.
That's right.
Yeah, that was funny. Shout out to Elijah.
We are indeed the Odd Couple. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben.
What else you
I know.
gonna count it, man?
Write it down. Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
Those are for the guys who can't figure out letters and numbers. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, tough.
Why?
Because.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
And with all that said, always remember.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweet yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yay.
Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin Washington.
There we go.
So, man, welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, safe travels. I saw you did your TV yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chance to rip on the Dodgers.
Yeah. That's a deep reach. How you rip on the Dodgers and looking like they about to be three-peating out here in these
Yeah, I
streets?
don't know about that. It ain't that automatic. What?
Well, I know it ain't the Padres.
What do you mean they've won 9 out of their last 10 and they got Robbie Ray from the Giants
Padres.
today? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay.
It ain't the Padres.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, big. That obviously big. We talked about it as much as we could before it actually happened. So big. I saw that on the weekend. I was like, oh shoot. So that'll be obviously something we'll get to here in a moment. But everything's good, man. Good weekend, fam. Got out one night. My boy Vic. Shout out to Vic. We got out. hung out a little bit. My sister-in-law's in town, so good, all good, brother. You, everything good?
Yeah, everything is good.
Good.
Just getting ready for the big trip next week, and
When you
looking
leave?
forward to it. Next Sunday night after the show. TV show.
You get all your time when you go.
Because I'm. What do you mean? Like, of course, I take my time, but I work.
No, I'm saying no.
What?
I'm not questioning you. I'm specifically in a BJ. I'm saying, a lot of people come in. I'll come in on Wednesday or I come in Thursday.
No.
You
If
get
I'm going,
the full.
I want to get there, and I got friends there. I want to go out to eat. I'm going to the Mets-Braves game on Monday night.
I saw the Braves
you know
are
what I mean?
home.
Yeah, against the Mets.
I might have to hit a game.
So I'm like, let's go to a game. You know what I mean? And do a little something.
I might pull up to one. My stepfather and my mother should be coming. So I might take him to.
Take him to the game.
Yeah, take him to.
That's
a
a nice.
game.
The ballpark is great.
I've never.
The new one.
Nope,
out there. It's good. All right. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel. And you can watch us live right now on YouTube. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And hit the subscribe button after that. Tap in the thumbs up icon and comment away. That's right. Again, just go search our YouTube channel and watch us live. Just search Odd Couple FSR. And subscribe.
Right.
I just want to, we're going to welcome in the Odd Couple crew.
Do it!
Our debut of...
It was a lot of that.
Of the what was it? A Night at Kinko's. Real quick.
Yeah.
Let me welcome everybody in, and then we'll get a quick 1 minute quick. Alex, Rob G, everybody.
Just a quickie.
Yeah. Okay. Our producer is Rob G.
Bud Mexican
is our engineer is Alex.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
One more time.
Why you gun shy now,
because
okay?
I missed the
Alex,
one.
you're
man.
a hidden talent.
That's right.
sad.
Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk.
Hey, Steve.
He'll keep us updated throughout the program, and of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Never heard of
is
him.
our social media guru.
Still ain't.
Alex, Rob G, any quick thoughts just on the Night at the Kinko's? What kind of feedback did you get? Because I got feedback.
I needed a cigarette after that. That was a good time, Rob.
It was so good he cut his mustache off.
I had to take it off.
Wow.
The flavor saver's gone.
It had whipped cream on
It was too much.
Okay.
Lost my voice, too. I was so excited.
It's a whole new week.
Wow.
Y'all already starting off. This man.
And you're still employed at Spectrum, right?
Yeah, allegedly.
Okay.
It's Monday, so it was like, I get in early in the
And they were
morning.
like,
so I get in, get
yeah.
out. I got to see the certain people
Did you
first.
hear anything?
No, I didn't. I surprised. Actually, I told you, my guy, shout out to Scotty, who probably hears this. He scours our show. I told you, and then
Right.
he does a mashup of just wild and crazy stuff the next morning. So I was shocked that I didn't hear anything today.
Okay.
Now Scotty's gonna make it happen. Now.
That's right. All right. All of that, it all worked out.
Who we make mad on that day on YouTube? Somebody was mad at us about the whole thing. Rob G, remember?
No, we got. It was very
was
positive.
weird. No, I know.
I got so many.
Remember that dude was mad? Oh yeah, the drop. Remember he kept getting mad.
Oh yeah.
Came in for sports.
Yeah.
And you guys, me to death.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Oh, God.
It's,
It's Julian, the new guy.
Julian.
Oh, that's right. That's
I ain't gonna lie. I can't blame Rob. We got 17 new people.
Yes.
Like
do have a lot.
new
There's a lot.
people, we gotta have some name badges for at least a couple of weeks.
You're going to have a new one for Mary soon, too.
Yeah, we gotta have some name badges because
That's right.
I've
All
been
right.
calling everybody you.
All right, Rob G.
Hey, you.
Big trade in Major League Baseball. Tarek Skubal, yes,
Oh, yeah.
who's going to be a free agent. The Tigers don't have the $400 million at least that he wants.
They don't want to spend it. You mean?
So there you go. Well, they don't want to spend. They don't want to spend $400 million on a pitcher who has been injured quite a lot. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge investment, and they don't want to do it. So he's going to be a rental for the Dodgers, and then they have the hopes of trying to re-sign him or deciding what they want to do after that. But and I know a lot of people are mad in Baseball America. They threw up in their mouths when they heard that the Dodgers had traded for Skubal. But I'm going to say this. I have a totally different take on what has happened to the Dodgers. You alluded to it automatically that the Dodgers are going to three-peat, win another championship or whatever. And, we'll see. Baseball doesn't work like that.
That's
It's
true.
really hard. But I think what happened to the Dodgers with this is they're not villains. People are like, baseball needs a villain. The Dodgers are the villains, and it's good for baseball to have a villain. That's not where the Dodgers are. They're in a different place. Guess where the Dodgers are?
Where they at?
They're now obscure. And hear me out.
Okay.
They're obscure. And what has happened is they're in this weird place. They're not villains as people are trying to paint them out. You know why? Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody hating Mookie Betts. Ain't nobody hating Freddie Freeman. Ain't nobody hating Shohei Ohtani. Who is there to hate? Stop. They're not villains. So that's not the issue.
Okay.
When people say the Yankees are villain, they dislike A-Rod and they dislike, they had people back in the day, George Steinbrenner or Reggie Jackson, or there were people that, honestly, other baseball fans hated. There's nobody on the Dodgers that people hate. So they're not villains. And number two, they've assembled such a team that now the expectations are just for them to win. They just got swept by the Red Sox. No, it didn't even register because nobody cares. Nobody's looking at the Dodgers like that. We'll wait till the postseason, and that's where the obscurity comes in, where you're not following them, where you're not embracing this movement of what they're putting together. None of it seems to matter until you get to the postseason, and then you'll see whether or not they failed or they succeeded. And the only reaction you're going to get about the Dodgers is if they fail. If they win, it was expected. There's nothing, okay, they won. Wow, I'm shocked that they, no, you're not. The only way Baseball America will embrace this whole thing is if they come up short, is if they lose. They will not be heralded as one of the all-time great teams. Oh, my God, how did they put this together? That's out the window. This is a transactional baseball team. This isn't the Yankees that won 3 in a row and 4 out of 5. It's not. That team had a core of Yankees. Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettitte, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, and then they put pieces around those guys. Freddie Freeman is an Atlanta Brave. Ohtani's an Angel. Mookie Betts is a Red Sox. I could go on. That's what this team is. Transactional. Hard to feel the same way. And I think that's why the Dodgers today are more obscure by getting Tarek Skubal than they had been before.
Interesting. I think you have to go a little bit further back than simply the winning right now, because one of the things the Dodgers, they did have a core, and that core did get them to a couple of World Series. One, of course, the Houston Astros stole one from them. But where I'm going with this is they had built up with guys like Corey Seager, guys like Cody Bellinger, now with the Yankees, and a handful of other guys, Jock Peterson, this young, talented group that got to a couple of them, didn't get it done. They lost a couple. Obviously, Clayton Kershaw, homegrown, was a huge part of this. So I think they've done it multitudes of ways. They've done it with the homegrown guys. Then, as you mentioned, they started to get transactional, buying guys and getting the best guys. But the weird thing about this is everybody had the same opportunity to get these players over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Everybody had the same chance to get Shohei. Everybody had the same chance to get Mookie. Everybody had the same chance to do, and obviously Skubal now. Why didn't the Yankees get Skubal? Why didn't the Brewers get Skubal? And so I do think there's a part of it where success has begotten success with the Dodgers. And I think the Dodgers have an amazing farm system. About 10 years ago, 12 years ago, started this whole thing for them. When they kept having players, they kept having depth. Then all of a sudden they start opening up the checkbook a little bit, and they get guys, and it's starting to work.
A little bit?
Mookie Betts. Well, I'm saying as it got to eventually where it got ridiculous. And then, of course, you get the Shoheis, and then you get the Yamamotos, and now here we are with, of course, well, we'll see what happens to Skubal. It was just a trade for Skubal. We'll see if they end up paying him. We know he wants to be here. But ultimately what I'm saying is I think that's the thing, is that they're, to your point, why they are hard to hate is because they've done so many things right.
So they're not the villains. You agree with that?
They're not.
People are trying to paint them out. They're not villains.
They're hard to vilify except the checkbook, meaning, to your point, Dave Roberts is even a likable guy. A lot of teams have a coach or a manager in any particular sport that you don't like. Man, I just don't like that coach, don't like that manager, don't like these players. They're hard to dislike. The only thing people can dislike is the checkbook, right? Because they spend money. But the problem is with that argument is that every other team has the opportunity. The Mets spend just about as much or more in some years. The Yankees have spent, if not more, in some years. So you got other examples of where they're spending money, it's just working. Now, again, you get Skubal and you win again. Now I think we're having a different conversation because now it becomes, well, what am I supposed to do? If I'm a fan of another team, I'm a fan of the Padres, I'm a fan of the Nationals, well, what am I supposed to do? Are you guys just going to keep buying rings? I think we get to that point where people are just absolutely fed up with them. But what makes it weird is they've done the same things that every other team can do, and other teams have. You spent $700 million on Juan Soto. What did it get you? No playoffs last year, and we'll see what's going on this year. They look terrible. Managers are getting fired, all that. So it's that the totality of the Dodgers has been working. I think they went through the bumps and bruises, Rob, where they kept winning the division and it accounted for nothing. They went to the World Series, they lost. They went to the World Series, they lost until they finally got it rolling. But I think people are right on edge. You know, messed around and got Skubal, and if Skubal goes 5-0, 5-1 over his time into the postseason, then you win with him in the postseason, and then he decides to sign here, it's a wrap. I think at that point, people are like, all right, this has gone ridiculous now, where you can just buy a ring. And later we'll talk about who's really happy and excited that this happened. We'll get on that too.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. What's that?
What you wearing to the parade?
What parade?
When the Dodgers win.
Please. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. You got to give me a shirt.
You
this
said
Fox
extra
Sports
large,
Radio
right?
shirt, I got this. That's all I'm wearing.
All right.
Do you really hate the evil Empire Dodgers, or are you indifferent about them? Because that's where I'm at. I think they've pushed themselves to where people don't care about them like that. They don't hate them, and they're not going to root for them. They're obscure. We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. We want to hear from you. Remember, this is a radio show.
Then turn your phone off.
It is off. I don't know why it's always popping up. This is a radio show, not a podcast. We want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And you know what you need to do?
What's that?
Stick and stay.
Especially if you're worried about maybe investing in the U.S. of A.
Hey, before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at the end of the year? And on Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Can Chicago win 10 games again this season? Well, the Bears are currently trading at 49% to get it done, meaning a $100 trade pays out $205 if they reach double-digit wins. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And the probability changes. You can buy in and out of your position. That's right. Download the Kalshi app and use the code ODD, ODD, to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. That's the code ODD, ODD, to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, Kalshi. That's right, Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Shaquille O'Neal was making a couple media rounds this week. He appeared on Sirius XM NBA radio, and they asked him, Shaq, why is it that Laker fans never really connected with LeBron James, especially when you consider how much they just loved you and Kobe back in the day? And Shaq didn't really follow that line of questioning. Take a listen.
obviously they loved you and Kobe. Why do you think it is that the fan base just never connected with him? And what do you think about the way that they did treat him?
Well, they didn't love me. They loved Kobe. They didn't love me. Listen, this is what we call B.O.B., brother, the business of basketball. You know, when you're like me, when I'm in charge, I'm a difficult man to deal with. Everything has to be done my way. And sometimes people don't agree with that. And, you know, so when they get you up out of there, it's like, So I could kind of understand both sides.
I don't agree with Shaq. I'm not going to tell him he's wrong in the sense of that's how he felt. But as an outsider looking in, and Rob G, you know this, you're the resident Laker fan, born and raised here. As I recall from all my Laker friends, you know, where I working in Spectrum with Spectrum Sportsnet and being around Laker people, I thought people loved Shaq. And I thought people, Shaq, especially during that run, that it was an era of loving Shaq and loving the Lakers. And Kobe was a part of it, but I remember it being more inclusive and people loving the Lakers and loving Shaq more so than an individual. I think that kind of came later where I felt like, especially with the whole LeBron thing, where people started to love an individual more than the Lakers. They love Kobe more than the Lakers. But I think Shaq might be misremembering, and I think some of the love, and this is the beauty for the late Kobe Bryant, was that he literally was a 17-year-old boy turned to a grown man that retired and then obviously was post-retirement and still being here, still being a part of the city and being there for his children. And I think the love grew. But Shaq did kind of misremember some times where it was a little difficult. It was a little shaky, that love with the Laker fans and Kobe. When all the stuff in the drama and it felt like people felt like he rushed Shaq up out of here. There was a lot of people that were upset of Kobe about that. There are people mad about the way in which Kobe treated Shaq, if you know what I'm talking about, some things, investigations and whatnot and all that.
What do you mean, was dropping dime?
Dropping dimes, no Magic Johnson. And people were upset about that. And then 2007, he's requesting a trade, and a lot of people were upset, like, why are you trying to leave us? Where are you going? Obviously, ultimately worked. He stayed. It worked out, got a couple more rings. But I don't think it was just all love for Kobe the 20 years or so that he played. I think it was, again, a continued growth. But they saw him young, learning, airball in Utah, gets better. They start winning rings. The whole Shaqing thing kind of split the Laker fans up a little bit. You Shaq fan, it's almost like Dame Dash and Jay-Z when they split the rock. A lot of people, all right, I'm going with Dame. A lot of people, I'm going with Jay. And I think as it start to heal, as Kobe start to lock in, they start to win again, I think it changed. But I think Shaq, I don't remember ever hearing people say, I hated Shaq. Now, I think people got annoyed at his antics of not being in shape. I think there's some people who got mad and said, man, if he was ever in shape, we might have won a couple more. But I don't remember the hatred or the vitriol that he's saying, especially if we're comparing it to LeBron. I don't think that is apples to apples at all. LeBron he got vitriol the minute he said, I'm going to the Lakers. The minute. Whereas Shaq, I recall it being a party in a parade when he came. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rob G. You were here. I mean,
no, I'm going to say this. I think Shaq is spot on this, and this is from the standpoint of he was the one who was jettisoned out of L.A., and he'll never be able to live that down despite everything that went on. And I think that's the part that he believes if ownership and the fans were behind him, there's no way they would have ever parted with him. Remember what that guy was. He was unstoppable. For 4 or 5 years in the league, he was by far the best player, unstoppable player. You could not do anything against Shaq, right? Other than him maybe missing a couple free throws. He was that dominant. He was unbelievable. His postseason numbers were historic. Everything he did, and yet when push came to shove, he was the one who got jettisoned out. And he believes that if the fans really loved me and I was that guy, there's no way they would have ever parted with me. They would have parted with Kobe because he had issues with me. And I think that's why he has that feeling. Guys, Kelvin, you get put out, man. It changes how you feel. Not that he doesn't love L.A. or what's going on, but, people talk about it all the time. He's not doing a Ryan Clark boo-hooing, but you're the one that you didn't leave on your own. They were the ones to decide, we're going to move on from you. And I think that cuts people deep.
Alex, Cardi dropped a new one over the weekend. Did you see the album cover?
Do I want to?
It's a lot. Or maybe a little would be a better way of saying it. It's The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. John Morosi going to join us here in about 5 minutes or so. Shekel City on the way as well. Everyday truck and bus drivers, they're out there keeping America moving and working to keep our roads safe. So, but large and heavy vehicles don't stop like cars. They need more time and a lot more space. So remember that. Stay back, stay safe. America's pros rely on you. Paid for by FMCSA. All right, Dodgers, villains, no villains. Rob said they're obscure now. 877-99 on Fox. They got Skubal. Does that mean they're going to win? We want to hear from you. Who we got?
Jay in Georgia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay?
Kelvin, Rob, what's going on, brothers?
What up, Jay? Where you been, bro?
I know, right?
Man, you know, I be working, but I still listen on Spotify every single day, man.
Oh,
I still listen.
Appreciate you.
And that being said, Kelvin, you got to stop, Rob, man. I listen to Fridays, and, man, first of all, Rob, you got to do like a description of video of how you pick a girl up and put on top of the refrigerator. I'm like, how tall is the ceiling, man? Like,
right, had her neck all bunched up.
Kelvin, you were right, man. The math ain't mathing, man. You got to do a description of the video. Put it on social media,
Hey, Jay,
man.
we just talked about that. Jay, we just talked about that during the break. Me and Alex and Ricky, we all agreed that he had a stepladder.
Alex.
We all agreed.
And during the break, I'm going to take you in the kitchen and put you on the refrigerator.
Hey, yo.
I just want
Elijah, put the pause up.
Put
the pause up,
I just
Elijah.
want you to see what I'm talking about.
Enter I need to just keep it up and remind the remainder of the segment, Elijah.
Okay.
You know what? More than see Rob, I want to experience.
Good thing y'all don't have to deal with HR, man, because y'all probably.
Yeah, we probably. After Friday's show.
We don't got
right.
HR.
That's why I keep 2 jobs, man. You got to just.
Yeah, but when it goes to the Dodgers, man, I'm so tired of hearing about how good this farm system is. It must be pretty trash if they still have to go out and buy every player.
Right, there you go.
I don't get it, man. It's annoying to me. I don't like it for the sport. I think they already have enough good players to compete. And I think they whole run these last couple of years is just fraudulent. We don't even know how good Dave Roberts is because they always have all the good players in. I'm kind of just tired of the Dodgers. I do hate them.
You know what I hear?
I really do.
Jay just mad all them years in the 90s that the Braves were good and they ain't get it done. Come on, Jay.
Jay,
don't do that, Jay.
Jay, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Come on.
How about Jay in Montana?
How
You're
many
on the
Jays
Odd
we
Couple.
got?
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jay?
Rob being lazy, Rob G. He ain't writing names. He's just putting Jay.
Love your show. Thanks for
thank you.
All the past. So I grew up in L.A. I'm a longtime Dodger fan. If the Dodgers are a machine, let's put it this way, the wheels are coming off the wagon. They've got another year or two. Just go down their lineup. Will Smith, maybe he'll come back this year, but he's old. Freddie Freeman, old. Mookie Betts, old. Ohtani's breaking down. And, yeah, like the prior caller said, they're vaunted. Like they bring up 10 prospects from the farm system. Like this year it's Call. Is Call going to make it? A couple years ago it was the second baseman. They traded him off to Cincinnati.
Gavin Lux.
Yeah, Gavin Lux.
Gavin Lux, yep.
Yeah, Paez was like the only one that really stuck. So, and their pitching staff, my God, it's Snell and Glasnow can't go more than a third of a year. So I think they're thinking maybe 1-2 more years of this, and then they're going to be scrambling again.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I mean, there are a lot of older guys, and guys are going on the other way.
I agree with age, but they don't strike me as a organization.
No, but those guys will be moving on, though.
If they're saying that, then yeah, I thought he was saying like they're just going to have a hard reset and just not be good for a while. I don't think they're ever going to try to do that.
Let's squeeze one more. Albert in Riverside, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Albert?
What's up, guys?
Yo.
Hey, yeah, I'm also a huge Dodgers fan myself, and I was in Mexico when this happened, and I was popping bottles even more than I was when this happened. So,
I believe it.
You had the tequila going crazy.
Racist. Why does it have to be tequila?
Harder than I was. All the tequila was popping for sure. It was all over the place. Yeah, but to your point, Rob, yeah, I was with you until you said they're all transactional because they had number one farm system. Anyway, so if you didn't have that, nobody would be.
No. I get it, but you can't. When I look at the last team to three-peat, the Yankees and what they built compared to is no comparison. I just gave you the Yankees' core players that they all developed as a unit and they won together. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people will look at the Dodgers and say, okay, yeah, they won, but they got every great player that was available. They went out and they got, and they put together a team and they won. It ain't the same. I'll give you another team.
I just threw it in my mouth, right?
The Florida Marlins won a World Series.
Yes, shout out to D-Trail.
Okay? That team, go back. All they did was put together all these players, and they won one championship, but nobody remembers that. Kevin Brown, Gary Sheffield. I could go on and on and on about who was on that team that they won. Jim Leland was the manager, but they don't have any place in history. They don't.
You going to disrespect Dontrell like that?
What? They don't. But
no one that's my man's?
They don't have a place in history, that team. I don't even remember what year that was.
Was that 01?
Jack McKeon was the manager, too.
Man, you going to do D-Train like that. All right. This will be a good conversation to have with John Morosi on the other side of trending right now. He is Steve DeSager.
Let's take a look at the MLB scoreboard. In New York, the Cardinals out to a 2-0 lead on the Yankees, and Cam Schlittler on a 2-run homer in the first from Alec Burleson. It's in the bottom of the first right now. Nationals a 3-0 leader at the Phillies at the end of 3 against Aaron Nola. Phillies among the many teams involved before the trade deadline at 6 p.m. Eastern time today. The Phillies acquired second baseman Luis Arias from San Francisco, so Bryce Harper will move to the outfield. The Red Sox got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. The Guardians traded for all-star pitcher Foster Griffin from the Nationals and outfielder from the Angels Joe Adell. The Padres acquired 2 pitchers, Casey Mize from Detroit and Robbie Ray from San Francisco. Milwaukee got pitcher Dustin May from St. Louis along with reliever Jojo Romero. The Pirates traded for reliever Luke Weaver from the Mets, and the Cubs got pitcher Clay Holmes from the Mets along with outfielder Tyrone Taylor. The Dodgers picked up injured lefty Chris Bubich from Kansas City. Tampa Bay acquired catcher Liam Hicks from Miami. Toronto got pitcher Jose Soriano from the Angels. And the Blue Jays got pitcher Spencer Arrighetti from Houston for outfielder Dalton Varsho. Chicago Bears safety Kobe Bryant will miss 8 to 10 weeks after a knee injury in practice. He is just starting a 3-year contract there. New Rams defensive end Myles Garrett missed another practice due to lower half soreness, according to his coach, who says he is not concerned. College football's preseason coaches poll comes out tomorrow. 3 WNBA games tonight. Alex Ayala took the women's tennis final in D.C. over Jessica Pegula, winning the third set 6-love. After all the rain on Sunday there, it finished today. Back to you.
Steve, appreciate it. Thank you. Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. Joined now by John Morosi, MLB Network, Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider. John, we talked about it and the possibilities. Now it has happened. The Dodgers have traded for Tarek Skubal. He is now part of the expected to pitch tomorrow, too. In Chicago. What are your initial thoughts once it happened?
Initial thoughts, and good evening. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. Initial thoughts are the Dodgers win in every which way that a team can win. Because you look at a trade like this, they got the prospects for this trade by moving other young players that they had drafted and developed. And this is the reward that you get for having a fully functional, robust player development system. They also have a lot of excellent scouts, so they do the new school things well, they do the old school things well, and now they've got one of the best rotations that any of us have ever seen in our lives going into a postseason series. Of course, now they've got to keep them all healthy. And
I was going to say, John, you're really jumping the shark here because they're not healthy. So I mean, it's good to say on paper, but they're not healthy. So I can't say it's the best rotation I've ever seen. They're not healthy.
One of the best. If let's put it this way, the Snell is trending in the right direction. Yamamoto, Robleski was an all-star this year. I mean, so that it's not just Ohtani and Skubal. There's Yamamoto there. There's assuming that Snell is back soon. There's Glass now. There's Emmett Sheehan. I mean, this is, again, we can argue if it's of the level of the Phillies when they had Halladay and Lee and that group.
I think I would take them because they actually won a World Series. But I hear your point on paper at least. John, here's my problem with the Dodgers is that for all the praise their minor league system, they got 2 players Paez and Will Smith that they came up, like they used to be a Rookie of the Year machine, the Dodgers. Okay, so these guys don't play for them, and the team has become transactional. So a lot of people say, "Oh, it's good to have a villain." Well, who hates the Dodgers as far as Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani? I don't think any of those guys are hateable. And then it's hard to really feel like this is something that was put together, or a team like that Yankee team that had the core group of players. It just feels like it's transactional, and they'll never get their full due because people will look at it as just that. They should win, and if they don't, that's the only way that this team will move anybody.
I disagree. I give them their due as they won the World Series in 20, 24, and 25. They might win it again this year. I mean, that's a dynasty. That's a dynasty. You win it, and to me, you get rewarded for having a very strong culture, very strong leadership. People want to come and play for you. Mookie was acquired via trade using players they had drafted and developed. The same is true for a lot of other players. Not now, obviously, in Skubal's case, that they were able to sign Freddie. That's right. They were able to sign internationally Yamamoto. I get it, and you're exactly right that on many days, the only two players that were drafted and developed or signed internationally with their first contract that are in the lineup are Rushing and Pages. That's right. You're right about that.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that the team has a transactional feel to it. That's all. Like it's like what's the right word? It's a given. Like on paper, you just go like, yeah, okay, yeah. They just signed four of the 5 best players in the game. They should win. I don't know how you get worked up about that or feel a way about that team.
Well, a couple things. Number one, there are people that say that what the Dodgers have done is evidence of why baseball needs a salary cap. And that's, to me, that's a pretty compelling argument, that when you look at the overall structure of the league and how the rich do get richer in this case, I get it. But I will also say this. There was nothing stopping the Brewers or the Rays or the Phillies or anybody else from surpassing the quality of players that were offered for Skubal. The industry, I do believe, is very protective of their prospects. And even in that environment, one thing I do give Andrew Friedman and the Dodgers a ton of credit for is even for rentals, they have never been shy about giving up players of value. To get Mookie, they gave up Verdugo. To get Manny Machado, they gave up a collection of players, none of whom really are significant in the game.
I was going to say, I couldn't name any of them right
100%.
there. Yeah.
Now, and then for Max Scherzer and Trey Turner, they gave up Keibert Ruiz, which proves the point. I mean, they did give up Yordan Alvarez, and that was a big mistake. But aside from Yordan, there has not been a number of players they've given up that you said, oh, my gosh, I cannot believe they gave up that player, which I would hope resonates with people around the industry and we just saw with the Red Sox. They just traded Marcelo Meyer for a reliever. This guy was supposed to be a fixture there for 10 years, and they missed in their evaluation, and that happens. I think the industry gets a little bit too hyper and holding their prospects' value so dear when, in fact, the right and prudent thing to do is when you have a chance to win the World Series, you trade a couple of them to get the guy that's a difference maker. And you know what, Rob? That a year ago, I wonder if the Tigers regret not trading Max Anderson or other guys that are still in the minor leagues to make a better and stronger team that would have beaten the Mariners in the division
right,
and would have given the Blue Jays a run. When it's your window, you got to maximize your window. And the Dodgers do that, and then it becomes a self-perpetuating cycle where players want to play there, they want to sign there, they want to be traded there, and they end up going there. And by the way, they just signed Kyle Tucker to basically a record-setting contract. When was the last time we talked about Kyle Tucker on your show?
You ain't never lied. We talked about it in a way of where is he? What is he doing?
Exactly. Only if we're bashing.
Yeah. John Morosi on with the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. So we let me go the opposite way and say, okay, the Dodgers do what the Dodgers do. And Rob G and I were talking about that. I said, you brought up a great point that I feel like people underestimate is that I think players not only get traded I think they want to play for the Dodgers, which says a lot.
Right.
But let me ask you this. Okay, Dodgers aside, we know what they do. We know what the expectations are. Who else is sitting there saying, hey, you do know the Dodgers were an out away from losing the World Series, and maybe we can be the Blue Jays of 2026. Is that the Brewers? Are you knocking them out before they get to the World Series? I mean, who was out there that can really challenge them, saying, yeah, you got Skubal, but you got to go through us?
Well, the Phillies, I think, are a legitimate team, and they got Luis Arraez, who I think is a really good player and fits one of their needs. The Braves had an okay deadline. They probably didn't add the impact that you would have liked to have seen them add, but they actually lead the Phillies by 8 games in the East. That's remarkable. And there is a team in Milwaukee that right now, by mere percentage points, has a better record than the Dodgers. It's by a narrow margin, but they're better. And I think that they did get Dustin May. They made a move there with St. Louis. They are better, but not by a significant margin. Skubal would have been the big play that would have changed things. The other thing too that's and I think this is emblematic of the way that a lot of other cities are viewed and markets are viewed. 2 years ago, the Dodgers beat the Yankees in the World Series. So you had the two biggest markets head-to-head. Yankees and Dodgers, two most historic teams head-to-head. And then last year, you had the Dodgers, and the only team that came close to beating them is Toronto, which is a massive market, one of the largest markets in North America, has the benefit of having an entire country as their local TV market, and they earned millions and millions of dollars from that. So that was a clash of economic titans, just like the 24 World Series was. The thing is, if you're going to be a smaller market team and find a way to beat the Dodgers, you have to either play a perfect series or you have to go for it all at the deadline. And right now, as I look at the landscape, there's no one that has a better chance to win the World Series right now than the Los Angeles Dodgers. Nobody. They are far and away the favorites in my mind. The Yankees are a good team, but they're flawed. They are flawed. They were wondering exactly what Aaron Judge will be able to do coming back. Listen, I hope that we have every series that the Dodgers play in goes 5 or 7 games and is a classic and is amazing drama throughout. But if the Dodgers go through the National League and they sweep the division series and they win the LCS in 5 games and they win the World Series in 5 games, it's going to affirm everything that the owners have said about why this sport needs a salary cap. So that way it would meaningfully change the calculus that GMs go through, because then they will end up putting in the algorithms and all the different ways that they make decisions. They will stop evaluating prospects as the sacrosanct part of the game, and they will just get back to making baseball trades as they would have in years gone by.
All right. Well, shoot,
All right,
we'll
John.
have to see,
Thank
John.
you, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I always enjoy the conversation, guys. Keep up the great work.
Absolutely, John. Thank you so much. All right. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, obviously, they came in the season with a bunch of pressure to get it all done. Now it's just, you can just say it's probably tripled now that they got Skubal. On the way, Shekel City. We'll see what Rob cooked up over the weekend, what he's got for tonight. And also, there is another team that got to give them some credit. They've been playing some good ball. We'll tell you who that is. It's the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio.
Big news of the day in the wake of the OWI arrest, operating while impaired. Tony Romo, we all saw the body cam footage. Not great. Not a good look for the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback. And as a result, CBS Sports has placed Romo on leave indefinitely following his arrest last week. However, CBS Sports reportedly has not considered firing Romo, with one anonymous executive telling the Daily Mail, quote, "I don't want to act like it's not a big deal, because it is, but it's not going to get him fired." Of course, the network pays Romo $18 million a year on his contract, and it does not expire until 2030.
Once again, CBS can't get it right. Kelvin, they had a chance to get from underneath Tony Romo. Not only this situation, which could have really been bad had somebody been injured, getting behind a wheel drunk, and then watching the video really was just bad. He had an open container in the car. This wasn't had a drink at the dinner, and you know what I mean? He's drinking and driving in the car. That's what they found, an open container. Very serious, like something that you just have to frown on. And then when you couple that to where he is in his television career, which is he was a breakout star for a year and a half. People were he knows all the plays. He's calling the plays before they happen. And that went on for a little bit. And then, of course, he started getting plays wrong. He kept doing it over and over to the point where people are like, okay, can you stop that crap? Because it's so bad and it's taking away the broadcast. I can sit here and tell you, as somebody who watches sports and pays attention to announcers and color people, that if you ask Jim Nantz privately, he probably would say, can we move on from Tony Romo? He interrupts Jim Nantz's calls, Kelvin. Jim Nantz is like a top flight
Come on.
a broadcaster. And he steps on his line. It's just, to me, it's not a good broadcast. It just isn't. And here was your opportunity to move on. And then when you go, he's out indefinitely, and you name J.J. Watt right away, okay, he's going to fill in. But, dude, once you do that, now you're going to bring Tony Romo back? Do you know what I mean? It was one thing if you said, he's out indefinitely, we'll figure out what we're going to do. You know what I mean? And we'll see how long he's going to be out. The season's still, their first broadcast, I think, is September 13th. There's plenty of time. There's 6 weeks. Am I right? Plenty of time. And instead, to just go and immediately make his replacement known, and the idea, I think CBS could have acted more swiftly to let people know we're not going to tolerate this. He embarrassed the network, and he also put people's lives in jeopardy. And you know that. That's why there are moral clauses and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
This is big time. Kelvin, you work for a big time news organization as well. Trust me, that's not what they want their morning anchor to be pulled over because you've been drinking.
Well, and you added to it. Listen, put it what you just said alone, drinking. But I think you just mentioned there are levels, right? Let's say he had I don't know the numbers. Let's say it was supposed to be 0.02 and he bought a 0.027, right? He must have had 2 glasses of wine. There's levels, right? You shouldn't drink and drive, we know that, or be impaired. But then there's what we saw, right? He's messing up the sobriety test. He's all over the place. He's got open containers. So there are levels to this. Everything you said makes sense. I think most people listening would understand. The only pushback or challenge I have is I saw it the opposite way, Rob. I saw maybe Jim Nantz is the one in his corner because I thought this would be, to your point, this kind of read as, here are all the reasons why we can let you go. This is obviously something that we don't conduct code of conduct. You were legally drunk. So this is obviously something that the law is involved. We can let you go now. And I'm sure that could, make his contract null and void or something. But that made me think Jim Nantz may actually want him and say, hey, look, I know he did something wrong. I'll talk to him. I'll be a big brother to him, a friend to him, but we got a great thing going. It's been, 10, 13 years, however long it's been now. And that's how I read it, Rob, was that because I thought on paper, like you said, it makes sense. This is the opportunity to let him go. This is the opportunity to move on. If they've ever felt that way, it was like a layup, right? It just fell in your lap. And so I thought it as, dang, maybe Jim Nantz is like, hey, do what you got to do as far as suspending and replacing him for a while. Maybe he'll miss some preseason games, so on and so forth. But I need my partner. He made a mistake. We're all human. Rob was telling me how another one of his stories that he had to go to the ballpark a little like, oh, shoot, what they going to say today?
You already know.
I just had to get off the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
That next break, we're going in there.
Okay.
Okay?
I was waiting for you up there.
I'm sorry.
Let me guess where Rob G and I will be. We're not going to see that.
Yes, Rob G, you got to come see what I'm talking about.
I don't know what would be worse, seeing that or y'all still trying to see Robert's Kraft's video?
It might. Oh, I want to see that. It might change your lives.
Rob G can't have no more kids.
It might change.
Although, hey, listening to Jeremy Shockey, did you hear him talk about that, Rob G? So Jeremy Shockey said when he was a rookie, he was 21, and he said, the only thing I could do in life was football. So he said, so I just locked in on that. He got a vasectomy at 21. He said, because I don't want to know. He said, I had teammates.
That's crazy.
It's crazy to see. His point was, I had teammates who had to juggle families and juggle multiple kids. Maybe they had a kid in college. Now they got 3 kids. He said, all I had to do was lock in on football and have fun. He was like,
There's a thing called birth control. Can you stop?
That is a form of birth control. Snip, snip. And he said it's reversible, so then he went and got it reversed.
Just crazy. Come on, man. I couldn't be 21 thinking about that. Are you kidding? That's crazy.
I mean, that might have helped him all them cross-country trips you was taking, writing.
All right. Can we do this?
Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. And if you missed today's show, be sure to catch the pod, The Odd Couple, of course, wherever you get your podcast. Look it up. Follow the podcast. Rate it 5 stars. Give us a review, like, subscribe, share, all that. We appreciate it, as always. Just search it. Rob G will have the best of and a full version in just a little bit. All right, let's get to it. It's time now for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Step in your step. Hey.
Too hot, baby.
Oh.
3-0 on Friday. 3-0.
There you go. There you go.
193 and 172 is the yearly total.
I was getting nervous for a minute.
No, I'm back on. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
You see what he needed, Alex? He just wanted to hear about his escapades. Now he back.
Now I'm hot. That's right. You got a tissue for me? Thank you. Dodgers, best bet, -1.5, because they'll win today but lose tomorrow.
Skubal day?
Yeah. So Dodgers, -1.5. They're in Chicago taking on the Cubs. That's the best bet. The Blue Jays +1.5. They're in Houston taking on the Astros, and the Padres -1.5. They're in the desert taking on the Diamondbacks. So Padres -1.5, Blue Jays +1.5, and the Dodgers -1.5. And remember, Kelvin,
what's that?
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
No doubt. All right. We'll see. Good. Well, I'm glad you're back. 3-0 with that when you're back a little bit.
This is one of my favorite golf shirts right here.
All right, let's talk about what you got on?
Just simple.
It ain't your favorite yet, because you don't have another
thing over
another
there,
logo or something.
No,
Turn your back. Let me see.
No, there's nothing.
No, say no. That ain't your favorite yet, or maybe that is your favorite. That's why you want to add anything else to it. Shoot! I did buy a couple over the weekend because I thought of you. I was like, I need to get a few more.
Yeah.
For literally golfing and then literally just for on air sometimes as well. Look at Skubal in a Dodger uniform and all that. Don't throw up in your mouth.
I did. I did last night on Channel 4.
I bet you did. I was like, when it happened. Real quick, you have some thoughts on the Red Sox, and they're a week away from what now?
You know what? I mean, they're 23-3 in their last
crazy. They've been going crazy
and
since June.
Despite all these wins, they still haven't overtaken anybody. They're still third in the AL East. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's with Judge being out this extended time and the Yankees. To me, it's they dug themselves such a hole.
That's true.
That one bad week and they could fall back. You know what I mean? They could go from where they are with one bad week, and that's why you see them making a flurry of moves, because I think even they know they can't continue to play at that clip, 23-3. So if they go 5-5, or you know what I mean, or 2-5 1 week, all of a sudden you're back down to 7 games or 5.5, 6 games out. It's a weird thing. I still don't think they're a lock to make the playoffs as well as they play.
I mean, getting Rushman helps. To your point, I think they're trying to make the best.
And he's hurt.
But you know who their example might be, and you would know because you covered this team for years. The Tigers. Maybe they're looking at the Tigers from 2 years ago when they on that crazy run, and you're like, what the heck? And the Tigers are going to have the nerve to make the postseason? And then they did. Obviously, it flamed out.
And then last year, when they.
Well, I was saying in the postseason when it flamed out, and now they ain't got Skubal no more, boy.
People will ask this question. I ask it all the time. It's become one of those sports radio topics. Are the Dodgers bad for baseball? No, the Dodgers aren't bad for baseball. They're just the only team trying to win the World Series every single year in baseball. The Brewers don't trade for them because why would you? They're not going to be able to sign him to a $400 million contract once the season is over. There's only a handful of teams that could do that, and the Dodgers are the one who are willing to do it every single time. The Dodgers aren't bad for baseball. The rest of the teams that aren't trying to win, they're bad for baseball.
Well, to me, I feel like this is, growing up watching the Yankees or whatever team at the time was just the dominant team, and it was, they're spending the most, blah, blah, blah. It was always, hey, somebody's got to beat that team. It was, and frankly, oftentimes it did happen. And so it just feels like, yeah, they're bad for maybe the regular season, but, and I know the last couple of years are bad examples of this, but all it takes is one team to beat them, to get hot in a playoff series and beat them, and then all of a sudden, the game's just fine.
Cross another name off my list. The Pirates are acquiring Luke Weaver from the Mets. I was hoping for a Luke Weaver reunion in the Bronx.
I was hoping for a breaking news sounder. I mean, what happened?
Fix our shoddy. I have no time for breaking news sounders. Brian Cashman, go out and get Hunter Goodman from the Colorado Rockies. Otto Lopez or Xavier Edwards, please.
It is funny, though, for a Yankees fan. You do talk about Paul Skeens a lot. Mm-hmm. That's somebody that seems to be on the top of your list at all times.
He'll probably be a Dodger soon.
Everyone's going to be a Dodger soon. I mean, the prospects that the Dodgers traded to to Detroit to get Skubal, they're going to be Dodgers again at some point, right?
If they're good, yes. Yeah. That's why if you're the Dodgers, it's like, first off, the biggest difference between the Dodgers and the Yankees right now, besides the willingness from your ownership to push all your chips into the middle, the Dodgers have a good farm system. Mm-hmm. Arguably the number one farm system. It's either them or the Brewers, according to most people that care about this farm system stuff. The Yankees do not have a good farm system, and anybody worth a damn in the Yankees farm system, the Yankees think they're all the next second comings of Derek Jeter, so they don't trade them for anybody.
Yeah.
In Major League Baseball tonight, Washington leads at Philadelphia against starter Aaron Nola 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. In New York, to the third inning, Cardinals 3-0 over the Yankees and Cam Schlittler. Milwaukee's at home and scoreless against Pittsburgh in the bottom of the second. Milwaukee with the best record in the majors. A win tonight would put the Brewers at 70-42. The Dodgers at Cubs game is about to begin. New Dodger pitcher Tarek Skubal is due to start there on Tuesday. And yes, the trade deadline was at 6 p.m. Eastern today in the major leagues. The Red Sox got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. The Phillies acquired second baseman Luis Arias from San Francisco. The Guardians traded for all-star pitcher Foster Griffin from the Nationals and outfielder Joe Adell from the Angels. Alex Ayala took the women's tennis final in D.C. today. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, Lord.
Shout out to Mama Sweets in the building.
I see.
Oh, God.
Homemade with love.
Oh, God.
You know
Very
the cookies are good when my
where's my
wife
bag?
actually like them.
So what kind of cookies are these? Chocolate
underneath
chip?
your watermelon.
What are these?
I didn't open them because it's all nice and zip-locked up and all that. But yeah, look, chocolate. Oh, no, she makes the NAACP joints. It's the chocolate and the white chocolate together.
Okay.
She bridging the culture together.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, she's healing the world.
Here we go, right
she's
here.
She's anti-politics. So shout out to Mama Sweet. It's been a while. Thank you for taking care of us.
Thank you. Hey, it is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel, and that's right. You can watch us live on YouTube right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR. We doing numbers.
We're doing numbers. Shout out to Larry June.
On YouTube, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. And don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, Matthew Moreno, executive editor of Dodger Blue. Yeah, here we go, another
Relax.
Fanboy.
Relax.
Publication.
Hey, Rob G, I kind of wish the Yankees would have got Skubal. Boy, this whole show and attitude would have been different.
You know what's funny is when Rob Parker appears on other networks to talk about Joe Adell and Aaron Judge and Mookie Betts. Oh, look, another fanboy over here to talk about how great the black players are.
Well, don't put me in the middle of that, because now I got to be on this side. You're talking about the brothers, so I got to be with them on that. Yeah.
Joe Adell got traded.
Yeah.
You see that?
You know what's funny? He got traded. It's a good move for him. He's going to Cleveland. I mean, he's only got 16 home runs this season, but he's going to bounce back.
But you know what's crazy? Ready? Guardian outfielders, guess how many home runs they have collectively all year?
Were they on the Vlad Jr. plan?
28.
Oh, they're the opposite of last year.
But I'm saying, Rob G, 28. All their outfilders combined have 28. Joe Adell has 16.
Wait, they're starters or like the entire team?
All their outfielders.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I said. They got 28 home runs between, what do you got, 5 or 6 outfielders, you know.
Bro, Vlad Jr. ain't got none at home.
I know, which is crazy.
What is that? How is that even possible? You accidentally get one. You swing the bat out a little late, and it just goes across the short side.
And as big as he is, you know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What the heck is going on? Somebody put some voodoo out there?
It is crazy. So, yeah, we got a lot to get to. And, yes, Matthew Moreno, I'm sure he's going to down the trade and say it was a bad trade, but we'll wait and hear from him.
No, he just told me, he just texted me, and he told me to ask Rob his size for the Dodgers.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying. I think I'm reply back. You said extra large. I know you slim now. You might need a medium.
No, I'm still going to need an XL. I'm ready for Rob G. We got any YouTube? Anybody chiming in or no? People.
I mean, we always got the YouTubians.
Are they in there arguing? Not even about us.
Arguing about nothing.
They don't even be arguing about what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
Raising Cane's got the best tenders. You crazy?
Some stuff about Jalen Rose in the chat. Some of my favorite stuff though is involving Kelvin's very purple shirt.
I knew that they were going to be on your
I figured
shirt.
that too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I put it on.
When you put it on, you're like, here we go.
Right after I got the phone with Rob G, and I was like, yeah, they're going to get on me today. Rob G, there you go, Elijah. Zoom in on Rob G so you can see we both have the same floor. Mine is a little louder, I ain't going to lie.
Yours is loud.
Mine a little more loud and proud, I ain't going to lie.
I thought you were going to be you were going to star in Tom Selleck's TV show.
Magnum P.I.?
Yeah, from Hawaii, yeah.
Somebody says, is this Sports Talk or The View?
That's a good one.
Someone said, bruh's shirt looks like Fabuloso. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Don't disrespect Fabuloso.
Yeah.
That smells incredible if you ever had it.
I thought he was talking about the rapper, Fab.
No.
Fabuloso?
You talking about the stuff you clean with?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The purple stuff.
Yeah.
See, y'all guys in a different tax bracket. You don't even know what cleaning products look like.
I know. I've seen it in the dollar store. I have.
Yeah,
I just haven't bought it. But I've seen it, Bob G.
We are Febreze gang. I ain't gonna lie. It's a couple good ones. But it's a couple really good ones. Though.
Febreze is like Axe body spray for couches. It's like, are you gonna clean it? And cleaned.
Touche. You sound like somebody that got kids.
I do.
Yep.
All right, Rob G. So Kevin Durant, he spoke, and as usual, he missed the shot, I think.
Well, he missed those shots more than he misses real shots.
Yeah, so Kevin Durant was appearing at a USA basketball, I don't know if it was a camp, but some kind of event, right? And so he's out there putting in work. Actually, if you watch the videos online, KD is full-blown in his offseason bag. He looks incredible. Big bounce back year expected. But naturally,
he still got the toothpick legs, right?
He does,
but
they do.
He's still
they
awesome.
are like that.
The first time I saw him when he came to Detroit to play the Pistons, all the talk about him, I could not get over how skinny he was. For real. Like
it just keeps going like a spaghetti noodle all the way. Like, what the? And he is a 7-footer, by the way. This 6'10".
Yeah, he's 7-footer.
I know he doesn't like it. He's a 7-footer.
Yeah, between him and KG, they don't like being called 7
I don't know what that is. No, you're a 7-footer.
Freaks.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
So in any event, after he was done with all his USA stuff, reporters asked KD, obviously, about the big story of the offseason. LeBron James going to the Philadelphia 76ers. And wait till you hear what KD had to say about it. Take a listen.
Feel like they're contenders?
For sure. I mean, you don't think so?
No, I'm just asking you.
Last time they put 3 20-point scores on the team, they said it was unfair, which is the team I was on.
Yeah.
They got 4 25-point scores on this team. So, hell yeah, I think they're going to be a contender, man. They're going to be a great team to watch.
I mean, he's not wrong that I think they'll be contenders, but the idea that you just single-handedly put 3 guys who score 20 and that automatically means they're a contender is not the case. I mean, we can look no further than Kevin Durant. It didn't happen when KD joined the Nets, when he left the Warriors. Him, Kyrie both averaging 27, James Harden averaging 24. We ultimately didn't even get to see what they were, and this guy ended up leaving and COVID and all that. And then he goes to the Suns, and Bradley Beal comes on his way. He was averaging 23. Booker was averaging like 26, KD as well. And they did nothing. And this is coming off, Rob, as you always like to mention, where they had, up 2-0 against Milwaukee. So they think, we get right back to the finals now that we have KD. And that was not the case. That team, one of the most underperforming teams in the last 10, 12 years or so. So that's not the thing. And then also, too, just so we're clear, Rob, KD going to the Warriors was not the same as what this Sixers team is. Number one, the Sixers team is unproven. That Warriors team had won a championship. Should have been up 2-0 when winning rings, but then they obviously lose 3-1, go at 73-9, lose to the Cavs, and then they beg and plead, and KD comes, and ultimately they go on and win a couple more. But my point is, that team was a little different, bro. That team was a whole nother thing. The offense and defense ran. They understood they had a system that was working, that was proven. So you being an MVP candidate joining that was not the same as an almost 42-year-old in December. And a Jaylen Brown, again, who is really good. We know that, but we got to see how this works. And also with an Embiid that's in and out, that's in and out. So they have to build something. The Warriors had already built something to the tune of winning one and should have won 2. When he joined. So it's not the same, KD. But again, I don't look at this as just automatically putting guys who score. We see this all the time, Rob, where there are teams that have multiple scorers that do nothing. Matter of fact, Run TMC was fun. Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, fun. Run TMC, I don't think they got the first round ever.
I don't remember their playoff runs.
Yeah, I'm serious. I don't think they ever got out the first round. So the idea of just simply putting scores together, KD should know that too well as one of the greatest scorers ever, that doesn't mean success.
I mean, KD had a narrative, I guess he was trying to get out there or sneak out there that you guys condemn me when I did it or whatever, and how come we're not kind of hearing the same thing? It ain't the same thing. The Warriors had already won a championship without you. They had just lost in the championship in a 7-game series, right? Mm-hmm. And then they begged to get you to come there. If you don't go there and help them win those two you think we're talking about the Warriors in the same light?
No,
I don't think so.
They might have got after all that said, they might have got 2.
They're right, and that might have been it. Mm-hmm. And that's a totally different between 2 and 4.
Absolutely.
Okay? So the idea that you went to a team that had already won a championship before you got there and was just in the finals, and you're adding an all-time great scorer. Like what
Still
part?
in his prime, keep in
right,
mind.
what are you talking about? The Sixers haven't won since Moby Dick was a guppy. And we don't know. They're putting this team together for the first time. There's a good chance that Embiid and LeBron could be injured by the time April rolls around. I'm not putting it out there, but I'm putting it out there.
You ain't got to put it out there with Embiid.
But you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron's going to be, 42 this year?
Mm-hmm, 42 in December.
So I don't think it's the same, and I don't know why he would even, venture to put that out there as if it ain't the same. Just accept and embrace it. The thing that he shouldn't be afraid of or worried about is that when he did go, he won the 2 MVPs of those finals. It's different if he went there and Steph was the MVP in both and he was along for the ride. Kevin Durant drove the bus. He wasn't in the back seat. So he doesn't have to me, feel a certain way about it or always have to try to justify it.
That you yes.
They begged you. Draymond had knee pads on. They begged you.
You said he put him back on again?
Yeah.
With LeBron?
Exactly.
That boy kept him in the closet, didn't he?
Draymond.
You never know when I'm going to have to go back to these.
Always. You get my point.
Yeah, and this is, and I was talking to Rob G earlier about this. Sometimes in life, when you make a decision and you know the criticism is going to come with it, you know the haters and the skeptics are going to come with it, you still have to stand 10 toes down on that decision and be happy with the decision you made and comfortable with it. And it seems like KD is never quite comfortable with that decision. Despite what he may say online, on Threads, on Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, it's always a little element of like, y'all didn't get it or y'all still mad or no, you got to understand. And it's like, dude, you did what you felt you needed to do to get some rings. You balled the heck out. We saw the best version of you on both offense and defense. You got a couple of rings out of it. And that's that. Now, does the criticism come along with it? Yes. Some people are never going to like the decision you made. Some people are always going to criticize from you about it. And you'll have some people who say, yeah, he did it, but he was the best player. Yeah, he was chilling over there in OKC. They begged him to come. So either way, you're going to get that. And it feels like he's never quite settled in that, Rob. Like sat in that like, I did it. That was my decision. It worked for me. I own that. I'm 10 toes down. Leave me alone. It seems like he's never quite fully okay with that by some of his responses ever since he left.
No doubt. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. I just don't. KD is way. That's why I call him the Masot, the most sensitive of all time. You know, he's just sensitive about it when he doesn't have to be. He really doesn't. It would be different, Kelvin, if he went there and he's just a player on the team and Steph is driving the bus.
He was incredible.
He was the reason. Those shots in LeBron's mug.
Defensively,
am I right?
Blocking shots. He was incredible. We saw the best version of Kevin Durant we'd ever seen.
877-99 on Fox. We do want to hear from you. Why do you think KD is trying to compare his Warriors team to these Sixers? Do they really compare? Is he on to something? Or Kelvin and I missing the boat on something? Or is he in left field? Because I think he's in left field.
Who else out there?
It is the who else is out in left field?
Say who else?
Wow.
It's just Rob Polk on the fridge.
It ain't the Guardians. They ain't hitting no home runs out there. Like
Joe Adele, he's out there. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. 877-99 on Fox. Remember, this is a radio show, not a lame ex-athlete podcast. We actually want to hear from you. We value your opinion, so we want you to call in. 877-99 on Fox. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially If you're wondering how the whipped cream and fridge routine works in the
I
U.S.
can't believe you let that man pick you up, Alex.
I feel great.
All right, let's get to let's get to the story about LeBron, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, Rob G. Just that his people were going at it more of a Last Dance style, but they are saying him and his camp saying, not so fast.
Yeah, we've known for about a month now that LeBron was going to have a final season or a season documentary. That was reported by Yahoo about a month ago. And The Athletic reported on Thursday that LeBron is currently in talks with ESPN about a behind-the-scenes documentary that's going to be recorded similarly to The Last Dance. And after that news was out for about an hour or so, Maverick Carter, LeBron James' longtime business partner, put out on X that we are not NOT doing anything like The Last Dance because LeBron doesn't even know when his last season is. Didn't say they're not doing a doc, just it's not going to be a Last Dance style documentary.
I don't know about you, Kelvin. It just feels like a vanity piece anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I think that should, when it's all said and done, you do a story about his life and from Akron and being the chosen one to going to being the frozen one in that finals against
So ridiculous.
Dallas.
I think you go to bed weak after you think about the Kinko's letter. Then I think you think about like what crazy acronyms can I say? What crazy names can I come up with?
No, I mean there's a great story there, but it just feels like it's forced. It's premature. Just let you know what I mean? Like it just feels like he's planted it way before he really realizes, is this it or not or whatever. And I think it should just be natural. Enjoy it if he talks about he wants to win or whatever and not be worried about the production value. Do you know what I mean? And if they capture it and then you put together a story, you don't have to have a camera follow you. This is not Bridezilla or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just they have plenty of video of him. I don't even think you need your own crew. You know what I mean? There's somebody there with a camera around all the time documenting this year with Philadelphia, and then you see what happens next year.
I'm not mad. I mean, it is vanity. Let's just start there, right? But I think you're forgetting. I think we all get away from things and we forget how commonplace this was, right? Michael Jordan had Come Fly With Me. Remember that? Bobo, I know you remember that. Come Fly With Me with Michael Jordan. It was the little, documentary he had and in the prime of his career. It was like 92, 93 or whenever it came out. Aaron Rodgers had Enigma. Remember, he had the whole documentary on himself. Tom Brady had.
All he needed was a little penicillin, and that was cleared it up.
Shoot, dang it. Tom Brady had Man in the Arena. Then he had Tom versus Time, which was a 6-episode Facebook documentary. So I just think, again, because LeBron is so big and he's the biggest sports figure in America, and we talk about him and he's so polarizing that I think we make everything a thing about him. But I think this has been very commonplace for so many of our celebrities and stars and athletes, specifically over the last 30 years or so, that this happens all the time. So I just, I think he's just the latest in line to do it. And because this is 24 years in, we all have LeBron fatigue at times. People are tired of him. People are just over it. So that when they hear this, they go, oh, my gosh, the next thing with LeBron. But this has been commonplace for people of his nature. Again, Tom Brady, arguably the greatest of all time, and he's got one. Aaron Rodgers, maybe one of the most talented of all times. He's got one. This happened. Serena's had one. So this is commonplace with athletes who are great, even some who aren't, but especially the best of the best. This happens all the time. So, but it's vanity. I'm completely in agreement with that.
That's what it feels like. And I don't know, maybe because LeBron has been on that wagon the whole career, you know what I mean? Every step of the way. And I got to have the decision. And so it's always like a made-for-television movie.
Can I add
think
to that?
So,
Yeah,
that's just how I feel like. You know what I mean? More so than
I don't disagree with that. I'll add to that. I think LeBron has been a hybrid of two guys that hated each other. Well, they hated their approach. Let me not say hated each other like the people. They hated their approaches. LeBron is kind of a hybrid of Kobe and Shaq. And the reason why Kobe would get mad at Shaq is, I'm gonna get in shape on NBA time, on the Lakers time. He would be out doing movies and albums and doing videos and just, like doing a bunch of stuff. They've asked Phil Jackson, who was the most committed and who was the most psychopathic, when it came to, maniacal, when it came to everybody's Michael Jordan. He said, hey, Michael, heck no. Michael had hobbies. Michael golfed. Michael loved to gamble. He loved cigars. He loved alcohol. He said, Kobe had no hobbies. We used to have to tell him, get out of the gym and go relax. And my point is LeBron has that maniacal. We know he's in shape. We know he's a student of the game. But he also has some of that Shaq in him where I want to go do movies. I want to do Space Jam. I want to do this. I want to be in business. I want to have the shop. What a run. Was it too short, the 50-cent run? Like, did you want more? Was it long enough?
Perfect.
All right. Just making sure.
Didn't need more.
All right.
Right
so it's like
time,
a
right
supernova,
place.
right? Just like 3 years of just
perfect.
All right. A couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. We got Matthew Moreno joining us in a little bit, executive editor of Dodger Blue. We'll do that in about 7-8 minutes. By the way, you can stream us live wherever you happen to be.
Do it!
That's right. Do it in the iHeart app. Just catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it's always going to pop up at the top of your screen. Go do that now. Rob G will have us looking good when we get the pod up a little bit later on. All right, let's take some calls, Rob. Katie essentially saying, hey, he doing what I did when we got a bunch of scorers in Golden State, and that's what the Sixers are doing. Nah, not the same. It's not apples to apples. Neither one of us think that. 877-99 on Fox. Let's take some calls. Who we got?
How about David in D.C.? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, David?
Hey, what's up, Rob? Hey, what's up, Kelvin? Y'all, thanks for taking my call.
No problem,
What's
my
up,
man.
David?
How are you?
I'm doing well. All is well, man. God is good.
Amen to that, brother.
All the time.
And all the time.
Most
God
of
is
the
good.
time.
That's good. Won't he do
all
it?
the time. I'm sorry.
Won't he will?
Hey, God is. I'm a native Washingtonian, man. I'm from D.C., so we here in the district know this topic intimately. And correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like people like Durant and LeBron, the winning of championships feels like it don't have the payoff from them. Like they still feel like they got to have like they missing some sort of gratification that you would think that winning a championship would give.
I agree with you. I don't know. I wouldn't even entertain a conversation about the 2 championships that I won and I won 2 finals MVPs. What conversation is there?
No, I remember when KD won that first championship. He came back home. He's from Sea Pleasant, right? So it's right on the line of D.C. And I was there where they had, like people had the open convertible and he holding the replica of the championship trophy. And I looked him dead in the face and I said, come to the Wizards, right? And because this guy did not look like he felt comfortable in his skin winning that championship. And Rob, Kelvin, and you remember that was around a time when the Wizards, we were kind of cranky. We had Wall, Bill, Nene, Gortat, right? We had Trevor Ariza. So we was kind of doing some things. Like, of course, KD wasn't going to come back home, but it feels like him and like LeBron don't quite got the satisfaction of winning the championship that you think, because it feels like KD's still kind of justifying winning that championship, man.
It is,
Yeah,
and I
that's all.
think,
My call, man.
no doubt.
problem.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think there's an element, right or wrong, in the back of his head, and KD maybe more than anybody, and LeBron has this too. They got social media-itis. They engage, they're on it, and KD engages. I mean, we all know, to burner accounts and all that. He is all in. So I think he hears a lot of what he shouldn't be paying attention to because he's on so much. He is on every he's on Threads now. The man is on every platform to engage in these conversations. So it's kind of cool because he loves to talk hoops and music and all that. But on the other side, he's entertaining a lot of the negative stuff as well. Who else we got?
Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, I think Kevin Durant is spot on in terms of comparing him joining the Warriors to LeBron James joining the Philadelphia 76ers. Because bottom line, end of the story, it's both championship chasing. They're both jumping on buses that are already rolling. Yes, I understand that Warriors had one and the Sixers are about to win.
That's a big difference. Come on, man. And not only did they win, they had gone the year before and lost in 7 games. So it's not like, oh, will they get there? Can Kevin Durant put? They had already been there without him.
Right. But the reason that they're similar is because Michael Jordan would have never in 1,000 years thought of jumping on a team with Charles Barkley. And Larry Bird would have never thought in a million years to jump on a team with Magic Johnson. So it's point period. It's your textbook example of this AAU generation and this idea of joining up rather than staying on your side.
We got that. I got that. I understand that part. But I just don't think the scenarios of him going were the same. And
LeBron and KD, should be out the door. He's still playing well, but he's been 42 in December. One was in his prime peak of his powers. So, I mean, it's completely different. And you just, even when you look at, I keep saying this, the Warriors already knew who they were. They had an identity, they had a system, they had a coach, they had players who grew up together. So they knew exactly what they were. The Sixers are
they're trying to see if they can
figure
it out, right? Like, they got a lot of parts. A lot of people have to learn how to play with each other.
It will be more like KD going to the Warriors, more like Skubal going to the Dodgers.
Right. Hey, we got another person to jump in here. Rob in Memphis.
Too many Robs.
I know. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rob? How are you?
It can never be too many Robs. What's going on, MLB, bro, and Mr. Kelvin?
What's up, Rob?
What's happening?
Rob number 3, what's up?
What's going on? Hey, look here, man. KD being willfully ignorant. He know good and well it ain't the same thing with them boys going over there to hook up. Half of that team ain't got no kind of experience with going to the finals. And 99% of that team can't win no ring.
Right.
The kind of help that they just got. So, let's quit acting like they were a juggernaut beforehand or something.
No doubt.
They just got together. Right.
I mean, and a lot to really get over the hump. I think they'll be good without Embiid a lot of the time this season. But if they're really going to win some, Rob, they have to have it in the postseason. You know what I mean?
It's like a group of guys that were singing on the street corner. You know what I mean?
A little doo-wop.
A little doo-wop. And now they got a studio, and now they're trying to make an album. Will it be a hit or not?
Well, I don't know. Let me get my Barry Gordy Motown back.
You know?
Why do birds sing? Sorry.
No. Wait, if you're Barry Gordy, I'm not signing with you. I want to actually have my
different record label. Don't do that.
What?
My girl. You supposed to join it. Talking about my girl.
The record business was so bad then. Oh, my God. Like, they robbed so many people.
I watched the Motown doc, and they said after all these albums he sold as a producer and writer on the thing, Barry Gordy, that's what led him to become his own businessman. He got $7.
Right.
And they said, you don't like it, leave. And he was like, I'm about to be my own. And that's when he started the label, him and Smokey Robinson.
And then what did he do? He went.
And they don't do that. Don't do that. They took care of everybody. Look, everybody living good. Mike was living good. Jackson's 5. Diana Ross living good. Marvin Gaye was living good. They had everybody. Stevie Wonder. Who else?
And that iconic
the Isley Brothers. It was absurd.
That iconic Motown, record label,
the
man, right?
Come on, man.
Come on.
Absolutely. All right, you know who else has hits? Steve DeSager. Matthew Moreno on the other side. Hey,
and the St. Louis Cardinals, who are up 6-0.
Oh, shoot.
Let's look at the baseball scoreboard. Aaron Nola was the starter in Philadelphia tonight. 6 innings, 3 runs allowed. Washington leads 3-0 at Philly in the bottom of the 7th. We'll get to the trades in the moment. St. Louis now, after another Alec Burleson home run, his second of the night. 6-0 lead at the Yankees in the top of the 4th. New York starter Cam Schlittler with the first 4 runs allowed in his 3 innings of work. 83 pitches. Schlittler with 6 strikeouts and 5 walks this evening.
Wow.
Pittsburgh, a 3-0 lead at Milwaukee in the top of the 4th. Giants up 1-0 at Texas, top of the 2nd. The Dodgers hit a 3-run homer first inning at Wrigley Field tonight from Tommy Edman off Matthew Boyd. Cubs answered with a 2-run shot from Seiya Suzuki off Dodger starter Justin Robleski, who allowed 4 homers in his last start. It is Dodgers 3-2 at the Cubs in the top of the 2nd. Toronto leads 1-0 at Houston with Shane Bieber on the mound in the top of the 2nd. Tampa Bay at Colorado about to begin. The late game in an hour will have San Diego at Arizona. The Padres have won 8 of 9. They're just 1 game out of the last NL wildcard spot behind Philadelphia. The Phillies acquired second baseman and former Padre Luis Arias from San Francisco, so Bryce Harper will move to the outfield. The Red Sox got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. MLB's trade deadline was at 6 p.m. Eastern Time today. The Guardians traded for all-star pitcher Foster Griffin from the Nationals and outfielder Joe Adell from the Angels. Cleveland also picked up first baseman Nathaniel Lowe from the Reds. The Padres acquired 2 pitchers, Casey Mize from Detroit and Robbie Ray from San Francisco. Milwaukee got pitcher Dustin May, an ex-Dodger, from St. Louis, along with reliever JoJo Romero. And the Brewers, who have the best record in baseball, acquired pitcher Antonio Senzatella from Colorado. The Pirates traded for reliever Luke Weaver from the Mets. The Cubs got pitcher Clay Holmes and outfielder Tyrone Taylor from the Mets. Chicago Bears safety Kobe Bryant will miss 8 to 10 weeks after a knee injury in practice. Bryant, ex of Seattle, is just starting a 3-year contract. Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs missed his 5th straight practice in a hold-in. He wants a new deal. Atlanta running back Bijan Robinson is also a hold-in. And the Notre Dame USC football series will resume in 2030 with a 4-year contract. Indiana is no longer playing against Notre Dame then. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday. Right now, joining the show is Matthew Moreno, executive editor of Dodger Blue. Matthew _Moreno. You can find him on X there. Matthew, what's going on, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
I'm surprised you have time to be on the show from all the celebrating last night. Aren't you tired?
Might be a little hungover now.
No, I'm covering the team. No celebrating just yet.
Okay.
All right. Well, shoot. I mean, they got the best pitcher, one of, if not him or Skeens, in baseball, and joining in a rotation that when and healthy could really be something. What do you make?
You have to throw in the win healthy.
I will say when I'll keep it real. They got to be healthy. What do you make of the signing for the Dodgers?
Detroit.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, when healthy. So to me, this was a need for them, quite frankly. I have my own personal doubts over the health of Ohtani's knee moving forward and how much he's going to be able to pitch. And so, you're looking at, obviously, they're optimistic. Blake Snell is maybe about a week away from returning. Tyler Glasnow is going to be starting his rehab assignment tomorrow. But things could kind of go wrong, and we've seen it in the past where the Dodgers get to October, they get to the World Series, and they've run out of starting pitching. And so, to me, given the outlook and kind of the hope that they had with these guys, I thought that it certainly made sense to go and get Skubal.
It just, to me, it just doesn't feel good, Matthew. It feels transactional. That's where the Dodgers are now. Mookie Betts, Red Sox. Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Brave. Ohtani, Angel. Like, who are the Dodgers?
That's fair. I will say, though, that the 3 guys you just named were a little bit of unique circumstances. Negotiations between Mookie and the Red Sox sort of stalled. And
I get how they got there, but I'm just saying Mookie won an MVP and a couple of World Series before he got to L.A. So he's cemented in Red Sox history. Would you say that?
He's won more World Series with the Dodgers at this point, and if he adds a 3rd one, then it definitely becomes a bigger conversation. And I think that applies to Freddie Freeman as well.
Didn't he win? How many did he win with the Red Sox? I thought he won 2.
Just 2018, the year that they beat the Dodgers.
And then he came to the Dodgers. Okay, so he has.
Yeah.
I'm about to have a fistful of them in a minute.
Okay, but also, and then you could go on the other players they got from Japan. for all the great minor leagues that people talk about their system, you have Paez and the catcher, right?
Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith. You don't really have, and even the guys that they've traded for these other people to make these deals, they haven't really blossomed into anything. I think the Dodgers farm system is a fraud.
Okay, all right,
it's a fraud.
Rob. Settle
Matthew,
down.
No,
come on.
Who's the best? Gavin Lux. That was their big guy. Gavin Lux. They sent him to Cincinnati. Is he even in baseball anymore? Is he out of baseball? Seriously.
I think there is some certainly some fair criticism there. I think what the Dodgers is, more so we've seen recently with like kind of the win now mode that they're in. They aren't waiting around for a lot of these prospects to come up and develop and potentially blossom. Will Smith's ascension started a handful of years ago at this point. Dalton Rushing, they did sort of accelerate he was hitting his way through the minor leagues, and
right.
They brought him up last year, and now he was obviously pressed into a larger role for the time being because of Will Smith's injury. You mentioned Andy Paez. In terms of trading prospects, I don't know if that can fully be pinned on the Dodgers, because if you trade, a work in progress that still needs some development and seasoning, I think at that point it becomes incumbent on the organization that is adding that player. And, maybe their coaches don't necessarily aren't doing enough of a good job to finish off the developmental process. It's not like the Dodgers, yes, Gavin Lux, when they traded him, he was a top prospect once in the Dodgers farm system. I think, honestly, his career with them sort of went a little haywire just because they started moving him around to a bunch of different positions. And I don't think that really helped him. It was a disservice, I thought, frankly, to his development. So I think there's some nuance there with, evaluating the farm system. But I'm well aware that there are critics and doubters as to just how talented these Dodgers minor league players are for various reasons.
He is Matthew Moreno on with the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, executive editor of Dodger Blue. Let me go. You know what? Let's move on from Skubal for a second here, but let's stay with the Dodgers. Kyle Tucker, what's wrong with him?
Oh, man. I mean,
we don't have all day. This is not the internet. I mean,
I'm at a loss. I mean, I think this is basically, we saw it with Tanner Scott last year, sort of a lost season in his first year with the team. And at this point, if Kyle Tucker comes up with one or two big hits or big plays in the playoffs and helps the Dodgers win a World Series, then all will be forgotten.
I don't know about that. He's making $60 million, Matthew. I mean, this is a swing and miss. Everybody's not ready for Hollywood or prime time. And I mean, seriously, they become one, you're just a guy, right? And you're just playing and whatnot, and you haven't been paid yet. And another is you're making $60 million a year, and they're a glare from the lights. You're playing in Los Angeles, and 4 million people show up, and all the other stuff. He's come up really, really small.
Yeah, I know. I do think that's fair. I don't disagree with any of that. Like I said, that's why I think, it's a lost season, unfortunately, and the Dodgers, for a lot of their financial, success that they have, they are able to withstand a Kyle Tucker, at least for now. It seems like, obviously, if they fall short in the playoffs and don't win a World Series this year, then the criticism will definitely become louder, and that signing will be viewed as a total failure. It was interesting because during the offseason when he was a free agent, there were whispers of, how much does he enjoy playing baseball? Does he not like the limelight? Does he want to sort of fly under the radar? I think you're seeing some of that play out. And ironically, the counter to it, or at least I think the hope from, Dodger fans when he signed with the team was, hey, you have, you're playing alongside Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Blake Snell, so on and so forth. You're not going to have to be the star, but of course you still need to certainly hit above the Mendoza line. And I know, Tucker has moved up and down that over these past several months. And so, yeah, I mean, like I said, that signing has definitely it's backfired 100% on them so far.
What does he have? 8 home runs? I mean,
I think it's at 9.
Is it 9 now?
I can answer that, right? Yep, 9.
Yeah. The other thing Kelvin and I talked about earlier, people are trying to make the excuse, baseball needs a villain. The Dodgers, the Yankees were the evil empire. Now it's the Dodgers. I don't think the Dodgers are villains and can be villains because I don't know who do you hate? And I know you're from the Dodgers standpoint, but even MLB America, you hate Mookie Betts, you hate Freddie Freeman, you hate Shohei Ohtani. What? They're not the villains. I'm sorry, I can't buy into that narrative that they're the villains.
I think that's fair. I will say, we've seen a lot of jokes and accusations at the expense of Shohei Ohtani because of the Ipe gambling scandal a couple years ago, and there's still a segment of, Padres fans and Giants fans that don't believe, that the outcome that was presented through the federal investigation is true. And so there are fans who I think, maybe borderline hate him. But I do agree with you on an individual basis. It is hard to see, they don't have a guy that you see in the NBA, a bench player who's going to come in and ruffle some feathers type thing. But I think that they are hated as a whole and are a villain as a unit even though it's not necessarily individualized.
I'm glad you brought up the Shohei thing. Last thing. ESPN has been promoting this whole thing that they have a 30 for 30 kind of thing on
Ipe.
But Shohei, that Shohei, there's a paper trail that he sent money to this guy or whatever. Have you followed up on that or looked into that? Or I don't know when it's going to drop, but there's basically speculation that there's a paper trail that kind of connects Shohei to this.
Yes, so we are actually we're doing kind of like a review episode. We're reviewing each episode as ESPN releases them. So they've done 3 of them so far. They come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They released episodes 1 and 2 on the same day.
Was there anything good in those? Because I missed those.
It's interesting. The paper trail that you're referencing is, and this is what sent ESPN's investigative reporter Tisha Thompson kind of down this rabbit hole of looking into everything. There were wire transfers from Shohei Ohtani's bank account. However, through her conversations with Ipe and through the federal investigation, it was discovered that was Ipe who had access to that and was making the wire transfers to, cover up his or to pay his gambling debts that had been mounting.
So to me, that's not a paper trail. That's what was always said. I thought it was like, we got him. He was the one who made this. Yeah, he's the one who made the wire. But if you have access to the account, anybody can make a wire.
Oh, he had full-on access. He was getting it in with the autonomy, for sure.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars, Rob. It's one thing I snuck a couple $100,000 every other year. Yeah. Millions? My goodness.
All
Matthew,
right.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks, guys.
No doubt. Matthew Moreno,
what happened to the Washington?
Just a home run right here. I just saw
granny?
That. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot of action. Every time you know how it goes. We turn around, look at each other, turn around, something happened. Matthew _Moreno, you can give him a follow there. All right, on the other side, man, more drama happening in the WNBA.
No thanks. Hey, Rob G, give us the update on
more
the Kawhi Leonard. Huh?
Say more scandal.
Yes, give us the update on the Kawhi Leonard investigation with the NBA over circumventing the salary cap. How's that?
Well, Rob, here's the problem. The update is that there is no update. Yeah. All right? ESPN, even though Adam Silver said himself, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
I'd like to have this thing squared away soon, right? Because they had to put a major trade that's going to shake up the Eastern Conference on hold because of this investigation. Remember, it was going to be Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, and some draft picks for Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi back to Toronto. That was going to give them some kind of outside puncher's chance at making a run to the NBA Finals. Instead, got put on pause because of, you mentioned, the investigation. Well, now ESPN is reporting that the NBA's investigation to whether the Clippers did circumvent the salary cap to pay Kawhi could drag into 2027 if the parties involved don't agree on the findings or of any proposed settlement that involves punishing the team, this team being the Clippers.
And this is only happening, Rob, because it's Kawhi Leonard and nobody cares. Kawhi, should we care, is what people are saying. Because it's just, they're so, LeBron now in Philadelphia, Jaylen Brown and this whole Celtic, oh wait, now he's in Philadelphia. And what do you do with Steph Curry? Does he demand a trade? There's a million other conversations, and Adam Silver has the luxury of kind of going, ain't nobody looking? All right, cool. And the only person looking like that is Pablo Torre, who ain't playing around with him when it comes to this. And this is, I think, Rob, the benefit of being Kawhi Leonard in the sense that for the talent, we already know on the court when he's playing engaged, he's a top 10 player for sure, one of the best of the last 15 years. But because he doesn't play a lot, because he's quiet and he has a low disposition and you never really hear from him, his personality, there is none, at least publicly, that nobody really cares. And a player of his ilk, two-time champ, this should be a big deal. If this were Steph Curry, it'd be a huge deal. If this were Luka, if this were LeBron. But because, again, with the Kawhi Leonard playing for the team in L.A. that nobody cares about, you live here, nobody, they got a few, 2-3 fans, and nobody checks for the Clippers. He hasn't played a lot of basketball. If he were playing 70 games a year and they were making deep playoff runs, he didn't even have to win a ring, but just deep playoff runs every single year. He's healthy. He's got commercials. He's got all-star games. If this were Ant Edwards type of a thing, this would be a much bigger deal. But this is going to mess around, Rob, and it's going to go away because now that Rob G just mentioned, they're going to push it to 2027. We'll be knee-deep in, can the Knicks go back-to-back and stop the 8-9 years of no back-to-backs? How does LeBron look in Philly? Does Jason Tatum old in the Celtics bounce back? There will be a million other things that this will go under the radar, and Adam Silver, being soft, doesn't want to really do anything to Steve Ballmer, the richest owner in all of sports. And what he's going to do is he's going to go, all right, $5 million fine and 1 draft pick. Sweep it under the rug, come like All-Star weekend where nobody will catch on to it next year. And that's what's going to happen. And I think specifically because the star involved in this case is Kawhi, it makes people care less. People are kind of over it. And he kind of is he's in the back of your brain anyway as far as a superstar. Even though his talent should be at the front of your brain, you just never see him on a team that doesn't do anything. And his personality, you don't see him in commercials or anything. So I just think that plays a role in this.
I think you're off the mark. I don't think it's about Kawhi. I think it's about the other guy that you kind of buried the lead. It's about Steve Ballmer, the richest owner. And when you're the richest owner, they're not going to do anything to him. He built them that new beautiful arena in Inglewood. And he's daddy Warbucks to those guys. I'm serious. Mm-hmm. It has more to do with the owner, not about Kawhi Leonard. And again, I think it's misplaced when you think about Kawhi could ask for anything. The onus is on the organization that knows the rules and know what they can and can't do. Not what Kawhi asked for. They could easily say it's against league rules. We cannot do this. We want you, but we can't put ourselves in jeopardy and we can't do this. They're the ones who, if this is all true and accurate, are the ones who put themselves out there. They should be going after the Clippers tooth and nail, but they got the biggest bear in the room and nobody's going to do it with a Charmin soft commissioner. The only time he had any kind of juice and did anything where Adam Silver looked like he was like, wow, is when they got rid of Donald Sterling from the Clippers. And you know why? Because LeBron and those guys went in and said, hey, if he's still the owner, we're going to not play in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Stop the money. And then all of a sudden, he grew a pair, and all of a sudden, Donald Sterling was out like that.
Fox Sports Radio. Hey, shout out to Matthew Moreno. Thank you for joining us, executive editor of Dodger Blue. That'll be up on the pod. You can check out the pod. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you happen to get your pods. And Rob G will have a best of, a full-up version. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. By the way, Rob, I'm proud of you.
Why is that?
Because I ain't going to lie, today it's kind of Arctic in here. The day it is Arctic, you don't have a jacket on.
I wanted to put it on, but you know what? I was like, okay.
I'm proud of you. You manned up in these streets. And me
I
and
thought
my,
I wanted to show off this shirt.
Me and my the View, what did he call it? The View shirt on right now. That was mad funny. Whoever said that, Rob G, that was a good one.
I know.
That was kind of good. I can't hate on you. So again, check out the pod. Rob G is gonna get everything up. All right, what you got for us?
This something just came across Twitter. It happened 12 hours ago, but I missed it. Bad job by me.
Bad job.
Now,
Bad
I ain't
job.
gonna say nothing.
Bad job.
Aaron Rodgers, we'll get to him later in the show.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. Because lesser extent, Jaylen Brown. Guys who have been mentioned, like, man, he's kind of out there, conspiracy theorist kind of thing, right? All those guys need to take a seat because Cubs All-Star Pete Crow Armstrong
What he talking about?
has a take that has broken the internet. This is him appearing on the Kristen Cavallari podcast. Take a listen.
What's an unpopular opinion that you have?
This is going to be crazy.
He was ready.
I love it. Babe Ruth never existed is one that I like.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute.
Really?
He never existed.
You know Rob panties in a bunch.
You
Why would
already-
you- why would you do that, Rob G?
My panties are not in the bunch. They're in the
They're
bunch.
off.
Well, would you like to hear why, Rob? You want to hear him explain
Let's
this?
hear it, Rob. Let's
this.
hear.
Let's hear this.
I heard some pitcher with the Mariners, what's his name? Salcedo? You remember him?
Salcedo, yeah, lefty.
I think he did some podcast on Zoom when he was like going down the rabbit hole with somebody about how Babe Ruth never existed. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like,
Wow. So you're going to double down right now?
well, it's like we always talk about how like the game's evolving and like people might as well have been like underhanding the ball to that guy, and he's regarded still as one of the best players ever, and you might as well dive further into it and be like, well, maybe he just never existed.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, saying that the game has evolved and maybe he wasn't quite as good as today. Okay, that's one thing. To say it didn't exist is two different things. I understand that when they talk about basketball players jumping around like that, things evolve, right? You look at baseball swings now.
Can you go look at the picture of him?
Well,
can you watch the film?
which one are we looking at? Because he
What?
might have been
Come on,
in a
man,
BJ
stop.
with us.
Well, you know what's funny is the interview he's talking about with Mariners pitcher Taylor Salcedo.
Yeah.
The reason why he's alleging that Babe Ruth never existed is because there aren't many videos of Babe Ruth playing baseball. Lest we forget, Babe Ruth played in the 20s. I don't know how much access they had to video cameras back then, but
there is video.
But it's just funny that
not a lot, but there's video
so,
of him.
Pete Crow Armstrong is
Pictures don't count.
Nah, pictures don't count no more. They used to, Rob.
Pictures don't count.
Pre-2025, everything counted. And then in the words of Drake's best album, nothing was the same. Because AI changed everything.
I just can't believe, seriously. Like
Rob G, you might have given me something to do once a week. Just come in and just say, like, Mickey Mantle didn't exist. And just see Rob get mad.
No, we knew he existed because liquor sales were huge back then. I'm just saying. What? What?
Rob.
I mean,
Caution.
Babe wasn't holding him back either. Or okay.
Mickey Mantle was an alcoholic.
No,
he was a drunk.
Well,
Stop.
we should do a segment where we just come up with a wild take to piss Rob off to see how mad we can get him. Like the Negro Leagues were created to keep the white man down.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
You like that, Rob?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
might like that one. That might be a little different.
That might be different.
And not to mention the Negro League, by the way, I mean, MrMLBBro.com. Have y'all done an article on Babe yet? Because I'm just saying, the street's saying that Babe
never existed.
Well, not
That is what they're saying. They're saying he never existed.
Saying he was a brother. I'm just saying that's what the
What's
street's
more
saying.
likely, he never existed or he was half black?
That he never existed, is
You don't think he was a brother?
Nah, I mean, he was. Remember, he was an orphan in Baltimore, and there are people who think so.
I didn't ask you about people. Stop looking away. I said, do you think
What?
so?
No, What do you
think, Rob?
Yeah, I didn't ask you about people. I'm asking you a simple question.
Let's ask Andre
yes
in
or no?
Massachusetts.
No. Simple question, Rob. Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Does Babe Ruth have black blood in him?
Wow.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you. No, wait, Rob G. A simple question.
Turn off your microphone, Rob.
Turn off your mic. You and Micah Parsons.
If I had to.
You do have to.
You do.
Stop holding your arms like you nervous out here. Is he or is you know the one drop rule? Is Babe Ruth coming in a BJ with us? Is he a brother?
He's coming to Magic City with us. He's going to be there. He will be with us.
Oh, yeah. Babe Ruth. You heard it first. Will be the next article, MLBBro.com, because you need to know.
Unbelievable.
Where does this land with you guys as far as the Dodgers going out and making this move from the standpoint of there's a lot of people that think it's bad for baseball, it's bad for the sport.
Yeah.
I don't see it that way, but
this is a classic Dodgers move, right?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this what they've essentially been doing? I mean, it does lend itself to this idea, and I did see this floating out there, that there are some owners who actually want the Dodgers to win their third World Series in a row to then push for fans and people to say there needs to be a hard salary cap in place in Major League Baseball. That's what the owners want. That's what they're trying to push for. And they feel like if you can get a team to be a dynasty, which who was the last to do it? The Yankees back in 98 through 2000, I think won 3 in a row.
Yep.
If you could find a way of having it repeat again, maybe there'd be enough public sentiment that, hey, man, we're tired of this. We're tired of the Dodgers doing this. Let's put in a hard cap and see if we can't level the playing field or create parity there. Now, I think most logical people would say, all right, well, where else are there hard caps? And has there been other dynasties out there? Well, yeah. I mean, the Patriots, for example, were one of those in the NFL. So just because you have a hard cap doesn't mean your teams can't build dynasties. You know, we've talked about the mechanisms teams use to get around that in the NFL. Owners and smart people within the front offices will find ways around it too in Major League Baseball, even if they have a hard cap. So that's not really a solution, and I'm not sure the conspiracy theory really is going anywhere, but this has been standard operating procedure for the Dodgers. There's someone available, they go get them in an effort to go win a World Series.
I just look at it like this. The Dodgers are doing Dodgers things, as y'all said and as you've mentioned, and I just look at this as if there was going to be a blockbuster move and everybody thought that that's what was developing for Skubal to be traded. I don't know about you guys, but that's the first thing I started thinking.
yeah, you just assume like when Kyle Tucker's name was brought up last year and like, oh, what, potential landing spots. The second the Dodgers were floated, I was like, oh, it's over.
Dodger starting pitcher Justin Robleski allowed 4 homers his last start. He's given up 3 2-run homers at Wrigley Field tonight. Cubs lead L.A. 6-3 in the top of the 4th. Tommy Edmonds with a 3-run homer. Edmond in the first inning, getting the Dodgers' only scoring. Currently at Milwaukee, the Brewers with the best record in the majors, getting shut out by Pittsburgh. Pirates 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Cardinals have 2 home runs from Alec Burleson and lead at the Yankees 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. The Phillies hit a grand slam in the 7th for the lead. It's Phil's 4-3 over Washington in the bottom of the 8th. The late game in about a half an hour will have San Diego at Arizona. The Padres today acquired 2 pitchers before the trade deadline, Casey Mize from Detroit and Robbie Ray from San Francisco. The Red Sox got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Our number 3.
Number 3.
Here on the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday with cookies.
Oh, yeah.
With cookies.
Wait, can you eat them? You might break a rule.
I might break a rule.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm almost there.
You've
Next
earned it,
week.
bro.
Yeah.
You earned it, bro.
I'd slim down.
Real talk, I'll rag on you a lot, man. I'll give you credit.
I did it, right?
did it.
I got down to where I wanted
give
to
you
go.
credit,
I
man.
can't wait to
You're going to gain at least 10, 15% back.
I'm actually
next week.
Next week at this time, I'll be at the Mets Braves game in Atlanta drinking.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink since the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I will have.
That's too long.
Hey, Alex, we better not see no viral videos of him getting into it with people.
No,
you will be.
Did you see that lady Rob G probably saw? You saw that lady that was kicking the dude in the back Rob G, did you see that? Man, when I tell you this man had the patience of an angel.
God.
This lady's just kicking him in the back of in his back. I should show you. You'll be so mad. Just kept kicking him. And everybody's like, oh, he's going to knock her out. He just stood there, and eventually the cops came. She kicked him one more time in front of the cops. They kicked her out. But I'm like, man, people are wild at games. What is about games?
I have no idea.
Crazy.
People
they lose
go
their
there
minds.
and they lose their mind and they get in trouble going to a game. I don't know why you would do that.
Ooh, that's a good topic, Rob G.
You know?
Write this down, Rob G. Which league has the worst
Oh, we already
games
know
to
what that
attend?
is. Are you kidding?
Because
it's a National Football League. Guys are drunk.
I don't know, baseball up
No. I'm telling you, football guys and all that
look at Rob G's face.
testosterone.
I don't know them.
What?
Them
No.
baseball games.
Testosterone.
That testosterone. That's
NBA
right.
actually, will we agree, has by far the most chill?
Yeah. Because people.
What is that though? Why?
You know why? Because they're already shell shocked when they go in there because they paid $500 for the ticket. So they're just like, look, they're like zombies. Like, oh my God.
We ain't doing nothing to ruin this experience.
They can't. They feel like they can't even move because they just spent so much money.
No, that's actually a good. Because I've been to a gazillion NBA games. I've seen like 1 or 2 back in Detroit. Man, almost every football game, to your point, I go to, I see something.
There's some fights.
Baseball, dag near every game, I see
football,
something.
people do the drinking before a game. They tailgate
Yeah,
and they're drunk when they get in there.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And I'm not saying that baseball's the same, but that's tailgating and all that. Guys are sauced up by the time they get in there.
And to your point, college worse than pros.
Oh, yeah. College
I done
is
seen
terrible.
plenty of bras.
Oh, terrible.
I'm like, God, y'all came all the way out here to fight some dudes?
Yep.
Over some dudes that don't know you? Fighting over men in tights. That's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
And if you go to dude, you bet, and Rob G, you know this too. You're a Dallas Cowboy fan, and you go to an Eagles game wearing Cowboy stuff. Our boss, Scott Shapiro, where'd they go? They went to Philadelphia.
They went to Philly wearing Vikings gear.
Wearing Vikings gear. He said it was brutal. Like they would not leave them alone. Like certain places, you don't want to wear that opposing jersey. Am I right, Rob G?
Yeah.
That's big facts.
Another home run as you turned your back again.
It was 6-0 Yankees and 6-3 now. So we're watching all these home runs.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is, it's crazy that you can't, and Rob G, as both of us having young girls, you really have to consider when you take I've never taken my daughters. We went to a million, Dodger games.
You can go to a Dodger game. It's just definitely.
Man, we have not gone to football. Wait, I have to think. Maybe when we were a baby, I think we went to a preseason at the Coliseum when I think my oldest was literally a year when that preseason Coliseum Rams. But man, heck no.
Rob G, what you got? YouTubians?
The YouTubians are all weighing in. We finished hour 2 talking about this Babe Ruth conspiracy theory about Pete Crow Armstrong.
HRU, Elijah, I need that Babe Ruth segment. HRU, I need that.
So here we go. Some of the great comments that we got going on.
You know what? I just found out what his middle name is, so it might be some truth to it.
Roscoe.
Josephus.
Oh, gosh.
Pro smoke, pro choke, anti broke says Babe used to hang with the ninjas.
God.
Hey, yo.
So did Pete Rose. What does that mean?
Yeah, he's invited to the cookout, which is nice.
Well, we ain't got no thoughts about Pete. We know Pete Rose, but
Pete Rose had no choice, though. No, seriously.
Rob,
white guys didn't like him because he took over a popular player's position, and so the white guys didn't like Pete Rose.
Yeah, and then he got a little something the brothers would like too.
Here's another one. This one is directed, I think, toward Rob Parker. High Roller says, "Who's more black, Babe Ruth or RG3?"
Oh God!
Oh, shoot. What do you mean? You think that was directed at Rob
And then
Parker?
this other one came in from T-shirt Alexander. What? Now I know how she got on the fridge. My question is, how did she get down?
What did you?
Well, we know how she gets down.
Oh, we did.
Hey.
Oh, God.
Did you tingle your little ankle when you jump down? You know that little thing when you jump off something high? What is that? That pain in the back of your Achilles?
It's a little tight right now.
Rob had ice packs and ace bandage.
All I know is Alex didn't think he could learn anything new at this age or whatever.
True.
Alex, you walked away with a little knowledge, did
Picking
you
up
not?
whipped cream on the way home.
Exactly.
It's a new routine now.
What in the Cool Whip ad is going on right now?
And because Alex was so impressed by that segment, we're going to give you all a solid. This week's episode is coming on Wednesday. We're dropping it early. We're dropping it early because Alex said
we can't drop it on a worship Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We worshiping all kinds of people nowadays.
We do.
Throw her.
When's the last time you busted wide open for Jesus? What?
You'll be all right.
Kelvin, you feel okay?
Yeah, it's good. I've just been
You
fighting
know what's
some.
funny, Kelvin, is Alex made that statement to Chris, and Chris almost smacked the crap out of him.
He did.
Yeah. No, listen.
What?
See, I let Jesus.
Ask him when's the last time you busted wide open for the man upstairs.
See, this is what you got to do. You got to understand that Jesus he's hearing you, but he's also offering a lane for forgiveness. But you do got to ask.
Oh, do you?
You do got to ask.
I feel like Yeshua's ready.
He waiting on you.
He been waiting.
Now listen. That watch be ticking. You're like, all right now.
Is he done with Rob? Is he not waiting for Rob anymore?
No, I ain't worried about y'all. Y'all come. I told you, there was one dude on the cross right there. He said, hey, before we go.
For me, I'll wait till the 1 yard line.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I'm in the 1 yard line.
Stop.
He's going to be mad. But
Speaking of which, Burners just tweeted in, hey, man, Robbie Wild, and how is he not fired yet? Yeah, it's just like that.
What am I'm wilding? All right.
Wait a minute. No, well, okay. What do you mean, what?
Yeah, Rob, what?
You know you are a participant of the show. You know the show, right?
Someone says Rob's Jewish. That's why he can't be fired.
Stop.
What does that mean?
Mazel.
Mazel, good thing,
Shabbat
Rob.
shalom, Rob.
That's
Shabbat
right.
shalom.
All right.
Shana Tova.
Oh, God.
So get it all out now because on Worship Wednesday.
This must be a mitzvah.
A mitzvah.
Y'all are
Can we?
stupid.
Were you there when Scott's son was born, Rob?
No, I was not.
My favorite historical black Jewish people: Rob Parker, Sammy Davis Jr., and Lenny Kravitz.
You just hear him laughing.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
That you're in good company, Rob. I don't know why you're ashamed of this.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
Kyrie.
Oh, well.
Wait,
Isn't he Muslim?
Yeah,
No, he's not Muslim.
He was. I think he's been everything.
Oh, well, that's possible.
Yeah, it's
But I
possible.
thought he was original Hebrew, is what he was saying.
Oh, it's real life.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's after.
Hey, before the football season even kicks off.
Whoa! What?
Before the football season.
That ain't what you said.
Yes, it is. What did I say?
Well, Alex will figure it out. Don't worry about it.
I said before the football season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division, who makes the playoffs, trade every game on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use the code ODD to get up to $500 in business credits when you trade $25. Kalshi trade on anything. All right. Rob G., I know people are pushing back on the Dodgers, right? But what about the other teams who supposedly wanted Skubal as well?
Yeah, they're calling it the trade that broke baseball.
Yeah.
Tarek Skubal to the Dodgers for a package of minor leaguers. And credit to the Dodgers, including Tarek Skubal. Skubal, Dave Roberts, Andrew Freeman, all to a man said, I don't know why people are saying these negative things about us. Everybody could have traded for him. We got the deal done. It is what it is. Like, stop crying about it. However, the expectation now that this deal is done, and there is some kind of, I'm not calling it conspiracy, but there's murmurs around the sporting community that one of the reasons why the Dodgers were able to get a player of Skubal's caliber for such a relatively low cost, 3 minor league players, no current active major leaguers, not even the top 5 guys in their farm system, is because potentially maybe the owners who have been pushing for a hard cap and a salary cap were like, hey, if the Dodgers get Skubal, that's the kick we need to get this thing done. What say you?
I say it might have been a diabolical plot. Instead of going after Skubal, having a long-term play. And somebody like Hal Steinbrenner, that's the pot calling the kettle black, as we keep saying, because him complaining, oh, man, the Dodgers.
He's biracial, too? I'm sorry.
Well, it makes sense. They had Babe. Maybe that's what's been going on for decades over there. They had a chance to get Skubal. You just mentioned that, Rob G. They've had a chance to get some of these players over the last handful of years. And I think he's been complaining about the Dodgers. Oh, man, they're spending. I don't know how we're going to keep up. Like the Dodgers haven't outspent or been right there 1, 2, or 3 for the last 50 years. But now all of a sudden it's an issue. And we start to have these conversations about baseball and could there be a lockout impending. And I think this signing might have been the thing some of these owners are like, yes, because we needed that. Because now the best team in baseball, and who has been the best team for a handful of years, now get the best pitcher in baseball with a chance at three-peat, first time since the 98 through 2000 Yankees. And I think this might be the thing they need to make their point. See what I mean? They keep buying the greatest players, the best players. And I think the ownership and some of the parts of the ownership, you got Hal Steinbrenner, and if you read the LA Times, The Athletic, they have indicated there have been so many other anonymous, unnamed big-time owners with high profiles who are saying that, hey, we don't like this as well, and the Dodgers need to, for example, the teams can't keep doing what the Dodgers have been able to do. And I'm thinking, Rob, I'm like, why? I was thinking to myself, why? Why would even the Yankees, who have a bunch of money, why would they not want to? And the only thing I can start to think of is Juan Soto got 700 and how much, Rob? $765 million. And Juan Soto is a good player and a really good player, but it hasn't accounted to much, right? They don't make the postseason now a couple of years. He hasn't been great. He's, in and out.
He's already won a World Series. He's got a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking him, but what I mean is I think ownership is saying, Rob, I don't want – if it's 7 now, it was 7 for Ohtani, then it's 7 for Soto, then it's 8 for you name the next player, then it's 9 for this next – and I think they're saying we want to put a stop to this now before I got to pay $850 million for players, and I'd rather stop this now because the salary cap, it might hurt me because I can't spend all the money, but I also don't have to pay these money. And teams like the Yankees, people forget. We used to talk about this with the Lakers. Everybody doesn't have conglomerate money, tech money. Some of these businesses are family-owned. This is all we have is the Lakers. This is all we have is the Yankees. And I don't want to be spending $800, $900, $1 billion in 5 years because someone got to sign some guy to 10 years, $1 billion.
Okay, I'm going to stop the madness and the whole idea of the conspiracy that they need a Tarek Skubal trade to get the whole idea of a salary cap done. I mean, it's so far-fetched. First of all,
is it?
Yes, it is, because the indication was already about a lockout even before this trade. Okay, so this isn't going to push them that they were going to lock out players. Here's the thing that people don't remember.
What's that?
Is that we have gone through 35 years of labor peace between the owners and the players. 35 years from 1994 until now, right?
You had a few years, but don't worry about it.
What?
You had it a few years.
94?
We in 2026.
So what is that?
32.
32 years. I'm sorry. 32.
Yeah, don't be adding on them few to try to get some extra points in your argument.
32 years. I'm sorry. 32 years. Can I give you the history real quick?
Mm-hmm.
1972, strike. 1976 and 1973, lockouts. 1980, 1985, strikes. 1981, strike. 1990, lockout. 1994, 95, strike. This is what baseball used to be all the time. Every couple of years, there was a labor issue.
Right.
There was a stoppage. We just got 32 years of labor peace where we've missed no games. And if you're trying to change the system, the system will be changed, but I guarantee you this. They won't call it a salary cap. They'll come to some sort of idea of how to get this thing together. The players will save face because it's not going to be labeled a salary cap.
Okay.
But there'll be something, you know what I mean, that both sides give in. Baseball is at an all-time high right now. We talk about it all the time. The numbers, the social media numbers, the ticket sales, just through the roof. Players know it and owners know it. And they're going to have to come to something. But the Dodgers getting Skubal is not going to be the reason. This fight was inevitable.
I don't disagree with that, but I do think, Rob, there was just a tipping, we're right here, and if we need one more example or one thing to tip the scale,
but then you said, you go, oh, well, the Dodgers didn't give up any. He's a rental for 10 weeks. That's why you couldn't get a major league player. He's a rental. The Dodgers didn't sign him to a new deal. He's a rental.
But where has he already said he wants to play?
No, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean he's going to be there. He's still a rental. He's not under contract, okay? So that's why the Tigers don't have leverage. If he had a 8-year contract in place, then then the next team knows I'm going to have him for 8 years. I can give up something because I know I'm going to have him. Even in the Dodgers case, it would be great. They gave up stuff for Manny Machado, whatever. What? He left. Right? They're players who they've traded for in those situations. They didn't re-sign with the Tigers. Who's the shortstop? Who went to the Phillies?
Turner.
Turner. They got him. They gave up, right? Turner left. People come and they leave. So that's why you can't get, look what they didn't get anything for him. Dude, you're not going to get a lot for a guy who's a rental. That's all I'm saying. So people looking at this thinking this is the reason why. No, there are owners who do want to cut the salaries and don't want to pay out all this money. There are, and they have been for years. It's not new. Not new.
Because in order to compete, you're going to have to – the numbers are crazy. Again, Juan Soto is a really good player. You wouldn't think he's the guy I got to pay $700 million to.
$765. But that's because you have more than one. Whenever there's a bidding war, it drives the price up.
So that's why I'm saying if I'm sick of this as an owner, he ain't worth it. He's really good. It's not like I'm paying that for peak Josh Allen.
But
I got a shot
telling you,
every
we
year.
were heading here anyway. I'm just saying that this is
I completely agree. We've talked about this. I think there is a tipping point where you now can point to and say the Dodgers got him. They won again. Look at this. And this is where he wants to be.
I disagree. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Did the other Major League Baseball owners secretly want the Dodgers to land Tarek Skubal so that they could ensure a long-term lockout in 2027? Kelvin says yes. Yeah. I say hell no. Not buying it. We'll continue that conversation next with you.
The Dodgers are buying it.
It is the Odd Couple, 877-99 on Fox. And you know what you need to do? Stick and stay.
Especially if you want a Shabbat Shalom with Rob Parker in the US of A.
Hey, Rob G, give us the update on the Kawhi Leonard. Huh?
Say more scandal.
Yes, give us the update on the Kawhi Leonard investigation with the NBA over circumventing the salary cap. How's that?
Well, Rob, here's the problem. The update is that there is no update. All right? ESPN, even though Adam Silver said himself, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
I'd like to have this thing squared away soon, right? Because they had to put a major trade that's going to shake up the Eastern Conference on hold because of this investigation. Remember, it was going to be Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, and some draft picks for Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi back to Toronto. That was going to give them some kind of outside puncher's chance at making a run to the NBA Finals. Instead, got put on pause because of, you mentioned, the investigation. Well, now ESPN is reporting that the NBA's investigation to whether the Clippers did circumvent the salary cap to pay Kawhi could drag into 2027 if the parties involved don't agree on the findings or of any proposed settlement that involves punishing the team, this team being the Clippers.
And this is only happening, Rob, because it's Kawhi Leonard and nobody cares. Why should we care is what people are saying. Because it's just, they're so, LeBron now in Philadelphia, Jaylen Brown and this whole Celtic, oh wait, now he's in Philadelphia. And what do you do with Steph Curry? Does he demand a trade? There's a million other conversations. And Adam Silver has the luxury of kind of going, ain't nobody looking? All right, cool. And the only person looking like that is Pablo Torre, who ain't playing around with him when it comes to this. And this is, I think, Rob, the benefit of being Kawhi Leonard in the sense that for the talent, we already know on the court when he's playing engaged, he's a top 10 player for sure, one of the best of the last 15 years. But because he doesn't play a lot, because he's quiet and he has a low disposition and you never really hear from him, his personality, there is none, at least publicly, that nobody really cares. And a player of his ilk, two-time champ, this should be a big deal. If this were Steph Curry, it'd be a huge deal. If this were Luka, if this were LeBron. But because, again, with the Kawhi Leonard playing for the team in L.A. that nobody cares about, you live here, nobody, they got a few, 2-3 fans, and nobody checks for the Clippers. He hasn't played a lot of basketball. If he were playing 70 games a year and they were making deep playoff runs, he didn't even have to win a ring, but just deep playoff runs every single year. He's healthy. He's got commercials. He's got all-star games. If this were Ant Edwards type of a thing, this will be a much bigger deal. But this is going to mess around, Rob, and it's going to go away because now that Rob G just mentioned, they're going to push it to 2027. We'll be knee-deep in, can the Knicks go back-to-back and stop the 8-9 years of no back-to-backs? How does LeBron look in Philly? Does Jason Tatum old in the Celtics bounce back? There will be a million other things that this will go under the radar, and Adam Silver, being soft, doesn't want to really do anything to Steve Ballmer, the richest owner in all of sports. And what he's going to do is he's going to go, all right, $5 million fine and 1 draft pick. Sweep it under the rug, come like All-Star weekend where nobody will catch on to it next year. And that's what's going to happen. And I think specifically because the star involved in this case is Kawhi, it makes people care less. People are kind of over it. And he kind of is he's in the back of your brain anyway as far as a superstar. Even though his talent should be at the front of your brain, you just never see him on a team that doesn't do anything. And his personality, you don't see him in commercials or anything. So I just think that plays a role in this.
I think you're off the mark. I don't think it's about Kawhi. I think it's about the other guy that you kind of buried the lead. It's about Steve Ballmer, the richest owner. And when you're the richest owner, they're not going to do anything to him. He built them that new beautiful arena in Inglewood. And he's daddy Warbucks to those guys. I'm serious. Mm-hmm. It has more to do with the owner, not about Kawhi Leonard. And again, I think it's misplaced when you think about Kawhi could ask for anything. The onus is on the organization that knows the rules and know what they can and can't do. Not what Kawhi asked for. They could easily say it's against league rules. We cannot do this. We want you, but we can't put ourselves in jeopardy and we can't do this. They're the ones who, if this is all true and accurate, are the ones who put themselves out there. They should be going after the Clippers tooth and nail, but they got the biggest bear in the room and nobody's going to do it with a Charmin soft commissioner. The only time he had any kind of juice and did anything where Adam Silver looked like he was like, wow, is when they got rid of Donald Sterling from the Clippers. And you know why? Because LeBron and those guys went in and said, hey, if he's still the owner, we're going to not play in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Stop the money. And then all of a sudden, he grew a pair, and all of a sudden, Donald Sterling was out like that.
said he got reminded. Black Eyed Peas got some bangers, bro. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. On a Magic City Monday. Check out the YouTube. We're on it now. You can see my colorful shirt that y'all bullied me into donating. You know what's crazy, Alex? I have another one like this. 2 other ones. I bought like a few of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to put them all away.
It was nice of you.
Hey, give me the thing you do where you leave them in hotels. I might do that in Atlanta. You just bring them back and leave them there?
Yeah, just drop them off. I got
just fold them
stuff.
nice.
And put a note for the person who sometimes cleans the room. I don't know what they call them, domestic engineers.
That's a nice title.
Wow.
I'm trying to be nice, right?
That's well done.
Meanwhile, you tell Rob G set the table.
Yeah.
See how you do?
What? I haven't said that in months.
See how you do?
Racist.
By the way, yeah, check out YouTube. Like,
I didn't say
subscribe,
clear the
share,
table.
all that good stuff. Shout out to the YouTubians and the Odd Mobs as well. Right there. Click, subscribe. Thank you for that, Elijah.
Rob G, this is why I leave the bag of clothes, because there's a lot of Mexicans that clean the hotels and they could use it.
I mean, he basically said
that's
that.
pretty much what he said.
I've never said
Without
that.
saying it, you kind of
I've
said
never
it.
said Mexicans. I've never said that.
You people, I mean, I don't mean to say it like that.
none of the kids are over 6'4" like me, but it's like, wait, whoa. It's kind of wild.
Y'all like wearing oversized clothes. I know that. I seen it.
Will there be a point when you're just like, nah, I'm not going to do that anymore? Is there another home run?
Dude.
Oh, God.
What?
Man, that all-star for Robleski is looking a little crazy right now.
He gave up 4 his last start, and now he's giving up like 6 tonight. I don't even know what the number is. Is it 5 tonight? What is going on?
So you're saying they needed Skubal?
See? They're just trying to win, Rob. They're competing. They need a starting pitcher.
Tomorrow, Skubal will give up 5. I'm just saying.
But that is a legitimately strong,
that does
well-informed take, though.
What?
That the Dodgers didn't just get Skubal because they could. Like, they legitimately have a problem on that pitching staff.
Well,
3 of their top 4 guys are not going to be able to pitch, it looks like.
They got issues.
The challenge, the counter to that, Rob G, would be come late September, October, if everybody's healthy, and then you start to roll out the names.
So he's given up 8 home runs now in his last 2 starts.
So it's not been good. Dang.
That's crazy.
I thought you didn't care about the Dodgers, Rob. You said it's indifferent if they lose and they get swept and Robleski's giving up a home run every other pitch.
It doesn't matter.
They're irrelevant right now. That's all.
Well, leads me to the tease here. ESPN, maybe we having some irrelevant conversations on the other side. We'll get to those. But right now, he is Steve DeSager, and he has your award-winning update.
Let's get to the scoreboard as the Phillies have won 6-3 over Washington tonight. 6th straight loss for the Nationals, who were up 3-0 for much of the night. And then Derek Hill hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th. Bryce Harper a 2-run homer in the 8th. 2 early home runs for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson, it's now a 6-3 lead at the Yankees in the top of the 7th. Yankee starter Cam Schlittler had 6 strikeouts, 5 walks in his 3 innings of work. The Pirates are holding on 4-3 at Milwaukee going to the 7th inning. It was 4-0 after 4. Giants lead at Texas 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th. The Cubs lead is 7-4 over the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th. Justin Robleski allowed 4 homers in 4 1/3 as the LA starter. Toronto a 3-0 leader at Houston in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Shane Bieber on the mound in that one. And we've got a Tampa Bay now 7-0 lead at Colorado in the top of the 3rd. The late game about to start. San Diego at Arizona. Padres have won 8 of 9. They were just a game out of the last NL wildcard spot behind Philadelphia to start the day. Boston has won 5 straight. It is off. The Red Sox today got catcher Adley Rutschman in trade from Baltimore. Seattle got outfielder Taylor Ward from Baltimore. The trade deadline was at 6 p.m. Eastern time this afternoon. The Phillies acquired second baseman Luis Arias from San Francisco. So Bryce Harper moves to the outfield when he arrives. The Guardians traded for all-star pitcher Foster Griffin from the Nationals and outfielder Joe Adele from the Angels. Cleveland also picked up first baseman Nathaniel Lowe from the Reds. Toronto got pitcher Jose Soriano from the Angels. The Blue Jays got pitcher Spencer Arrighetti from Houston for outfielder Dalton Varsho. The Pirates traded for reliever Luke Weaver from the Mets. The Cubs got pitcher Clay Holmes and outfielder Tyrone Taylor from the Mets. To the NFL, 49ers wide receiver Mike Evans sat out practice today with a strained quad. Bears safety Kobe Bryant will miss 8 to 10 weeks after a knee injury in practice. Carolina will start quarterback Kenny Pickett in Thursday's exhibition opener against Arizona. U.S. men's soccer re-signed coach Mauricio Pochettino. Back to you.
Steve, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Our couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. We got last call coming up here in a little bit as well. Rob G. Pat McAfee, of course, has a show. He was out on the road, and Aaron Rodgers, his good friend, joined the show. And
I mean, his co-worker, right? Don't he pay him $1 million?
I don't know if he does that anymore. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't think he does anymore?
The only reason I say it seems like the schedule has changed. Like he used to be on a lot more, right? Am I tripping?
He used to be on weekly.
Yeah.
But it's usually during the football season.
No, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So maybe take a little break, a little hiatus. With that being said, since he had a hiatus, he let a lot of things off his chest today.
Yes, he did. I don't got to say any more. Take a listen.
You have literally an individual that maybe used to work at ESPN that covers our league at the highest level, and there's a major scandal, and it's just like nobody talk about it? What are we even doing
personal
here?
lives are personal lives. I feel like you of all people should know that. But
I understand, but if it's affecting certain things, if there's leaks going on, if there's tampering going on, if that person is also an MVP voter and a Coach of the Year voter. Remember when I won MVP in 2021?
Yeah,
and that bomb in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's real life. Like, how are we allowing these people to have an impact?
Pornhub Arkush is what we call it.
Arkush, I remember that name. Okay, so on that note, good for you, man. Hey, actually.
That baby 8.
I told these boys I was bringing it today.
Yeah, he brought it all right. Here's my issue. We want people to be candid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird that ESPN, okay, I get it. They're in bed with Pat McAfee. They accept the he just sits there and allows people to come on. It's mind-boggling to me. I just don't – seriously, like you could have an opinion, whatever. If somebody was in here as a guest right now and started ripping Fox Sports Radio and whatever trust me, there would be pushback. No one's going to sit here and just be like, oh, okay, well, he said it. That was Cam Newton's argument when Jason Whitlock was like, well, he has an opinion. No, that's not how it works.
Oh, especially on your own platform.
On your own platform. If he wants to do that, fine. The thing about Diana Rossini, he has a point. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying you could be Pat McAfee and you act like you're independent. You're not independent. They pay you. I'm sorry, right? If you were on YouTube and doing your own thing, you could do whatever you want. That's not where you are. I just don't get that.
Here's the pushback that I would have, though. I think ESPN has said, welp, it is what it is. We've built the house on 2 tent poles. Stephen A., Pat McAfee. Everybody else, you either making pennies on the dollar or we're willing to let you go.
I can't imagine Stephen A. sitting there. Seriously.
But hold on. I get what you're saying. Okay, Stephen A. has been fired. You bring it up regularly, and I think with good purpose, because you're saying he understands. Even though I'm big, I've been fired. Stephen A. goes right at the line. He'll say something. I told the bosses I didn't like letting Ryan Clark go. He'll say some things to them, but he's never fully disrespectful. Pat McAfee, watch this. Stephen A. doesn't go on there and first take and cuss. Pat McAfee comes on and cuss. They literally have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of the show. Yo, they might say some things, might be some cursing, please.
He called Caitlin Clark a white B word.
Yes.
On ESPN.
And so my point is they've jumped all up in the bed. Rob, pajamas on, turned the fan on, took a little melatonin. They are fully in bed, Rob. This isn't like, oh, well, we didn't know. They know what he is, what he does. And not only that, Rob, they re-upped to the man making $60 million a year. So you daggone right he's going to do what he wants to do. You're right in theory. Like, it makes, like, dang, I can't believe that. They have made it, basically, we distribute this show. He ain't even affiliated with us, really. We just distribute the show. He's on their air. But I'm saying the way they operate it is, we're just pumping out a show. It's like HBO. I didn't make the movie, but I'm airing Batman. I didn't make it, but here's Batman if you want to watch it, because I know everybody wants to watch Batman anytime we air a Dark Knight. And that's what they're doing.
I still find it strange.
I don't
even. You could do whatever you want. And I remember where he attacked Norby Williamson a long time. Guy worked almost 50 years, 40 years or whatever, and called him a rat on the air on the show. And Norby was still there. I thought like the same thing. I'm not saying, dude, you could have that kind of stuff. That stuff is usually not left for somebody to come into on your platform and then trash your platform. It's just weird.
Rob, he's done that every single month and year that he's been there, and then they re-upped him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't his first year where it's like, oh, we'll see what they do. This is, we want more of that. Give us more of that.
Crazy.
And literally, that's the station now. It's those two people, Stephen A., Pat McAfee. Everybody else, you're dispensable. They have built it on those two's backs, and specifically Pat McAfee, which is, that. Do you like what it is? Is it great content? Do you love them? That's a story for another day. But on paper, I'm with you. You would think that you couldn't get away with that. Maybe once because you didn't know. And, man, he has been doing that whenever, however he wants. The man, like I said, he brought Kurt. Do you know how tight – matter of fact, why am I telling you? You know you were there. How tight-button ESPN used to be?
Dude,
Never in your life you thought somebody would be on there cursing in the middle of the day. Not a late night. Hey, this is coming on at 11 o'clock at night. No, in the middle of the day.
I remember once on First Take where they thought Stephen A. said the N-word. And they re-edited the show. You know what I mean? Like for the rerun that we used to have in the like they did because they, you know what I mean?
It was tight. They ran a tight ship, and it was different. And we always talk about even I know this shouldn't matter, shallow, but even like dressing, you had to be tight and button up shirts and jackets, and they were really really news oriented and very tight.
Dude,
and now
back in those days,
that's what I'm saying.
That and the other thing too, like First Take, which was different, was everybody had to be in studio. Like they used to fly me in sometime to do one segment. Yeah. Not like a remote or what, like fly me in, come all the way from Detroit to Hartford and drive down to the studio, do the 12-minute segment, and then they would be like, Rob, you could either go back home or you could stay tonight or whatever you want to do. I'd be like, that's it. You don't need me any other part of the show.
No, we just needed you. We wanted you. We knew you thought you'd be great for the segment. Yeah,
it used to be like
time.
that.
I know. That was a different time, man. So it's just wild what you can kind of get away with now. Like I said, at this point, they're just operating as a distributor. We just want to be a part of this cash cow, and we're willing to, we'll pay him and distribute it and all that good stuff. Because at the end of the day, what he's built, he doesn't need them. Now, he might not make 60 mil.
People keep saying that. He's not there because he doesn't need them.
I disagree. I don't think he would make 60 mil, but I think he could make 30, 40 without them.
I talked to Rob G. That's why all those guys, no matter their platforms, Ryan Clark has a big platform. He's on there. He crying because he's not. Okay. Even Shannon had big platform. No. I'm just saying, Shannon still was working there. He wasn't like, I make so much, I don't need to go on there and do no football talk. Right? I could just do my own thing. Dude, those are big platforms. I don't care how big your podcast and your things are. There's something that still says, and I'm just saying, there's got to be a reason. If he was making $60 million without having to deal with ESPN, he ain't making $60 million without having to deal with ESPN.
But that's what ESPN have to do. They have to pay him more to keep him. Because if they said, hey, we'll pay you 35, it's another home run. I wasn't going to tell you.
What are we doing? What games are we watching tonight?
The home run derby. Don't you hear about us on it is Monday? Home run derby.
Yankees were down 6-0. It's 6-4, all home runs.
No outs, bottom of the seventh. Yeah. Dagner, another one. With the Dodgers and Cubs.
Home runs going out left and right.
Oprah Winfrey might be out here. You get one. You get one. Yeah,
another one.
I'm sitting here watching the Dodgers. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You know what it might be? It's 6-5. The Yankees just hit another home run.
Not to go full on meteorologist. You think it has something to do with the heat? You remember when the balls get a little different and travel a little different? Which, by the way, remember when they put those juiced up balls a handful of years ago? And everybody was hitting 35, 45 home runs, guys who normally hit 15, 18, 20.
Out.
My goodness.
The big games we have on TV right now combined 11 home runs.
That's right. That's crazy. What we just keep turning our heads.
It's only the top of the six for the Cubs.
Bad for
Dodgers,
baseball.
Cubs.
Bad for
No,
baseball.
you need a day like this every now and
Chicks love the long ball.
No, they don't. We get the runner over, bunt, sacrifice fly. That's what we want.
Steal,
yep.
all that.
Bring back the glory days of baseball. The pizza boxes, Rob, all that.
Yeah, paint
and
the
juice
corners.
baseballs. What happened to the game I love, Rob?
The pizza boxes. They love that saying for me.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't like it.
'Cause they were that big,
because he was
though.
hating on Shohei, but it was a good one.
By the way, they said Shohei's been caught out at the bags 4 times already since the All-Star break.
Bring back the jumbo
Really?
pizza boxes.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to David Vassay, friend of the show.
His arm okay?
I don't know, but he said that he's seeing Ohtani get caught on the bags more in the last 2 weeks than he's had in his entire Dodger career.
He's tired. Truth is, I'm tired. That man is tired.
What's he batting now? What's his batting average? Can you give me
Right around 300.
Is it 300?
It was
Yeah, he's
290.
294
yeah,
right now.
292 last
Okay.
time I saw it. Wait, what was you about to say? Something slick?
No, I'm just.
Nah, Rob, we know you.
Yeah.
All right.
You had something slick right there. Last call.
Is it last call already?
It is.
My goodness
877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. We'll take last call, and we'll tell you about the 3 home runs you're going to miss.
I know.
It's
By the
fresh.
time we get back.
My goodness. 877-99 on Fox. Your boys, Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What?
Rob G, they're moving mountains, doing things at the Basketball Hall of Fame that make no sense to me.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with LeBron James, which we're all excited about. I think we're all LeBron down for the last 72 hours or so.
We're tired of talking about that dude.
The Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame is launching a new exhibit. I know Rob's never missed a new exhibit.
That's right. I have actually been there, to that. Have you guys been there, any of you?
No.
I actually haven't.
Springfield?
I have not.
Okay.
So the new exhibit coming up this weekend, dedicated to one Steph Curry. It's going to be the first time in the nearly 75-year history that an active player will be honored within the walls with his own exhibit. It's going to be called Stephen Curry Beyond the Arc. It's going to be open to the public on Friday. It'll include Olympic and championship artifacts, game-worn gear, archival footage, and Steph Curry narrating certain points of the exhibit in an audio-video fashion.
What you think about that, Rob?
Once again, first of all, they must be totally desperate to get people to come to that place because this is so out of character and they don't do it. Why are they changing what has always been tradition and not doing that to players while they're still playing? You know what I mean? It's really weird to me, Kelvin, and especially a guy like Steph Curry, who helped ruin basketball with the three-pointers. That's the guy you're honoring? Beyond the arc, do a real deep dive and say the guy who ruined basketball. That's the exhibit that I would want to go see because he started putting up those ridiculous three-pointers. I just wish early on in his career he would have missed some of those and the coaches would have had the right to say, "What are you doing? Come over here and sit down next to me." Instead, they were going in, and people were like, everybody knew they were ridiculous shots, but because they went in, it was hard to argue. And after they looked at this guy, and he was making shots of that proportion, now everybody and their uncle thought they were three-point shooters. And now we have this terrible NBA where it's either three-pointers or dunks at the basket. Guys don't want the mid-range game. Even though Shea, with the great mid-range game, won back-to-back MVPs, but most of the people aren't doing, the mid-range. They'd rather shoot the threes.
The Celtics could have been somewhere if they would have took some.
Exactly. The Celtics lost to Philadelphia. They missed their last 9 shots, which were all threes. And we've seen other teams blow leads and blow games. The Spurs were up by 25 in that important game 4, Kelvin, took 9 straight threes, up 25, missed all 9, and the rest is history. Of course, the Knicks needed a tip in to win the game, but you get my point. And Steph Curry is Exhibit A. He's the reason we are where we are in basketball, and where we have positionless players. Everybody thinks they're a guard and can handle the ball. Everybody thinks they can shoot threes. It is so bad. I think this is a bad look by the Basketball Hall of Fame. And if I had $20 and that's what it cost me to get in to see this exhibit, I would rip the $20 bill into 10 pieces and I would throw it on the ground before I would go in. How's that?
Oh, it's good to have you back, Rob. It's good to have you back. No, look, I'm going to go at it this way. I'm going to go at it from a more historical standpoint of what is it about Steph that he keeps getting these first evers? What I mean by that is, if you go before him, we had some amazing players, and not too much further before him. Let's go with the great, I don't know, Michael Jordan. But Steph Curry is the first one to ever be the unanimous MVP. And you're like, okay, you had Kobe's and Shaq's and Birds and Magic's and Kareem's, but Steph gets that, all right. Now they're opening up the division. They'll have a wing dedicated to somebody. And to me, you just jumped Bill Russell. Bill Russell, rest in peace to the great Bill Russell, seems like the obvious person, right? From so many standpoints of all the winning that he did with Boston, what he endured as a player, a black athlete in America in the 60s.
And it was bad, Kelvin. You know that in Boston.
He tells you, he makes it a point to say, I am a Boston Celtic for life, but I'm not a fan of the city of Boston because the hell that he went through. And all
don't forget this. When they put his banner to the rafters, he did it with no fans because he didn't want to celebrate. Imagine that. He did not have a night. It does.
That says so much. So to me, you skipped over the obvious. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. It is closing time on a Magic City Monday.
When it comes to home
runs, we got one.
tonight.
So we had one while we were away. Teoscar Hernandez hit one for the Dodgers. It is now 7-5 Cubs up on the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th. Where are the Yankees down one? It's
6-5. Man on second, 2 outs in the 7th.
So a whole bunch of runs. I think it's now up to 12 home runs now in these 2 games, which is crazy. By the way, if you missed the podcast, or if you missed the show, I should say, don't worry about it. You can check out the podcast. Wherever you get them, just search The Odd Couple. You will find it there. Rob G will put a best of version, put a full-length version, and you can check out everybody. Big shout-out to Matthew Moreno, who joined us, John Morosi, who joined us as well. Those will be up as well. Just go search that and like it, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Greatly appreciated. Go check out the pod.
And Morosi is going to Chicago. He was flying. Remember, he's leaving, had a flight. He's on his way to Chicago for his debut in Chicago tomorrow night against the Cubs. Is it a night game or day game? I didn't see that. Yeah. You never know with the Cubs.
I imagine a night.
But he'll be there to cover that. That'll be interesting, too.
Okay. Is there another home run?
Home run! Are you kidding me? The Yankees, they just traded. Isn't this the guy they just traded for?
No, this is crazy.
Yes. Garcia Jr. He just joined the Yankees today.
Well, his 24th home run of the season. Good pickup.
He just hit a 2-run home run, and the Yankees, who were losing 6-0, are up 7-6.
No, if you're the Cardinals, you are beyond heated right now. Beyond heated. This is an ain't no
Can you
way,
imagine
Rob.
your first game in pinstripes?
And you hit a 2-run home run? That got to feel good.
Dude, are you kidding? Look at them going crazy in the dugout.
Dude, it must be the humidity in the ballparks with all this crazy weather.
That's 13 home runs, right?
Yeah.
Rob G, what'd you say
It was
before?
11,
It was
then
11?
we had 2 more, yeah. My goodness. And we still got a bunch of baseball left between these 2 games. We'll probably get minimum 2 more. My goodness.
Yeah. Crazy.
Anyway, with that being said, you just mentioned tomorrow, Skubal. So it's on, right? It's obviously World Series or bust. And interesting, too, what I brought up earlier is Skubal just kind of coming out and saying he wants to be a Dodger. So is there any scenario, and this for both of you, where it doesn't happen?
Sure. Somebody offers him more money. Scott Boras is his agent.
Oh, well,
okay.
Listen, Scott Boras don't play.
So the
friend of the show.
The
by the way,
Dodgers
friend of
offer
the
him
show.
4, and the Yankees offer 5. Come on, man. I'm serious. You might want to.
Yeah.
Dodgers, this the number. If you really want me, here's the number. I just do not believe he would give them a $100 million haircut because he wanted.
That's crazy.
Because he'd be like, I played for the Dodgers already. I want an MVP.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a
World
Series if they win. You know, like after you have that in your back pocket, I did all that. Okay, now I could get paid.
Yeah. Can they negotiate a deal if there is a lockout, or does it have to be done before the lockout, or how does that work?
Oh, they're working on something.
No. When a lockout, there's no business being done.
Okay,
like you know what I mean? Like that, you can't conduct any business.
So I know you guys disagree on whether or not we're going to miss games next season, or potentially. But I think we all agree that a lockout is coming.
It's imminent.
It's an imminent.
It is. I'm not saying it's
right,
not. I'm
sure.
just saying I'm not so sure that people are like, oh, they're going to miss the whole season.
Right.
That's what
I'm agreeing with that.
Yeah.
So my question is, if we know the lockout's coming, there's a potential for missing games, and the whole thing, the impetus is because they want the salary cap. If you are the Dodgers and you know the idea of a salary cap is out there, does that change your perspective on what you're willing to offer Skubal?
Meaning I might have to run out, wait, and then
No, like maybe, hey, if there is a salary cap.
No, you say to him now.
I literally cannot afford to pay you because we have.
Oh,
7
no.
other guys making
Anything that was done would be grandfathered in.
Sure, but you'd still have a
No.
salary cap coming.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you would be able to sign him now.
No, but he's saying, right, but next year, say you're paying him $85 million a year, you're going to have to pay him $85 million. That could cut into your $200 million.
No, it can't be. Because it's got to be grandfathered in, whatever's on the books. It can't be.
Okay, but just in general then. Do you wait?
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what we're saying is.
Their payroll is over $350 million, so if the salary cap is $200.
Right.
So
I get what you're saying. Well, it would be interesting to see what it is first.
New money. It can't be.
So then they wouldn't be able to add players.
Right.
So it'd be like the second apron in basketball.
Right.
So
like you couldn't add any. Right.
So
you couldn't add any more. You have whatever existing is there. Once it elapses, right?
Here's the new.
Yes.
Can only
so
can't
then
go
do you wait and say, hey?
That's what I'm saying. You wait and you don't have to pay him that much.
Instead of giving him $60 million, $70 million, we can get him for $35 because that's the new max contract.
Scott Boras is the agent. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening. We're getting all the money now.
Scott Boras on the phone like, we finna make this happen before
But then
y'all.
maybe some of the teams that don't have big payrolls, like all of a sudden Miami or Pittsburgh would have more money for Skubal. And they become more attractive there.
You saying like give him all the cap?
Yeah.
That might be cap. I don't know. Trust me, they're having conversations now.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?